welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well today. There are like noises on my window. Is there like a bird hitting my window? I don't think so. I think this this place, like I don't know. My old apartment, there wasn't a lot of what noise? Someone it just sounds like someone is like at my window, but I think it's like the upstairs neighbor. I realized like this place, I don't know if it's just because like there's like air vents because there's AC. Because I never lived in a place that has AC, so maybe the sound goes through the air vents, but there's a lot of like noise. Like just like it seems like maybe like the plumbing or something makes noise because like I feel like when the upstairs neighbor or like someone nearby is like showering or like flushing the toilet, there's like a rattling sound like in the plumbing, and I'm like, what is this noise? Like I don't maybe it's just poorly constructed. Um, but yeah, a lot of these apartments recently, like they look really fancy, but um I think sometimes they do like cut corners and stuff. If I ever was like I'm renting, so I don't really care. But if I was buying a place, I feel like you gotta be sure about that. There's like different developers in Vancouver. Um and some of them have good reputations and some of them have bad reputations. So it really just depends. You can write down the timeline of their bowel movements. What a luxury. You can warn them if something's off. I mean, I don't know my neighbors, but I could just be like, maybe you need to eat some more fiber. I'll let them know. But yeah. Also, like, yeah, the windows make noise. Like the windows are like creaking. Like I don't really know. Like, is the whole building falling apart? It's like a very new building, so I would assume it's not falling apart, but yeah. That's a cute top, thank you. Windows are creaking, are you in a haunt? I don't know. I don't know. Um, I think it's just like maybe pressure. I don't know how it works. So maybe it's just like people like hitting the walls and it kind of just sounds like the windows. I don't know. I have a lot of windows, which is its own struggle because like when you're decorating, like I've been watching a lot of interior decorating videos, and like when you're decorating, like there's certain things you don't like put against the window. I was watching, I don't know if you guys know the Feng Shui guy on YouTube. Um, but like he has some good points. Like it's like, oh, like you cannot like it's all about like circulatory areas in your house. Like you don't want a space that feels unsafe because people will be like passing behind you all the time. Wow, you guys coordinated this. Your substreak is rapidly approaching its midlife crisis. 53 months. Is that a midlife crisis? Are people living to 106? I feel like midlife crisis is like 40s, no? I guess it depends how long you think you'll live. And Ricky just has to one up Zirconian with the 54 months. But yeah, thank you guys. Hope you're doing well today. You feel like 53. Yeah, I think 53 is past midlife crisis. Um, I mean, how long would I plan to live? Like, I don't know. I think an ideal lifespan is like in the 90s. Like in the 90s, and then you don't really want to live to like 100. That's a lot. Um, you're mortal until otherwise proven. That's true. That's true. You can you can live as if you're immortal. Um, I was recently I was recently like watching some Hamilton content, and it made me remember that Eliza Hamilton, like in the um like what, early 1800s, lived till 97. Or like it was like 97 or 98 or something crazy like that. I was like, I guess people back then, like some of them just lived really long for whatever. Like even if the life expectancy was like, I don't even know what it would have been at that time. Like what, like 60, 70? She lived I mean it's probably not even that high, right? Like 1800s? I have no idea. My history is really bad, but yeah, she lived till 97, which is crazy. Um Imagine being immortal but you still get, well, yeah, that would suck, right? Like, if you're just so immortal, like, if you're immortal, but, like, you reach, like, 110 and you can't, like do anything because you're like so old and feeble. Like, what's the point? Yeah, the windows are still making noise. I think there's like a guy climbing on that side or something. And welcome in, Yume. Maybe there's some guy like free soloing on my high rise. That'd be crazy. I feel like no, surely you need like permission to do that, right? Because like that's like an invasion of privacy. Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot his name. I was like Alex Hennen. What is his name? He recently climbed the Taipei building, no? Like, or not recently, but like a few months ago. He climbed this really tall building in Taipei, and then like some people were really mad about it, um, because like it was like live. It was like live on Netflix, and people were like, "What if he fell and died?" Um, but apparently, I still cannot comprehend it, but I will just accept it as fact. But like apparently, because they're so good at climbing, it's like there's like essentially no risk. Like he's like planned it out. He knows he can do it like very very easily, and barring something like him like fainting, um, or like something like really wild happening, he will not fall and he will not die. But I still think like I don't know. I still cannot like comprehend my brain around that because I'm like really like even if it's so easy, like I think walking is easy, but sometimes I trip. Like um, you even if it's so easy, like people make mistakes and you're doing something where one small mistake is it's death, right? Like, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really necessarily agree with like I understand they're so good at climbing that um it is very unlikely that they'll make a mistake, but I'm like, still like why? What if a gust of yeah, what if there's like an unusually strong gust of wind, or what if something is flying around in the air and like what if you get hit by a bird, like you could get hit by a bird. What if um it randomly starts pouring rain? Like, what if a piece of paper is flying in the wind and then paper cuts your hand? Like, I don't know. Walking is hard. You walked 10 kilometers today. Okay, that's that's a lot. It was tough. No idea what you mean. Was it just a walk or was it like a hike? But GG's on the 10K. That's a lot. Um, I start complaining around the 2 kilometer mark. Well, no, like even like 1 kilometer. I'm just like, is this too far? If I have to hold three things at once, at least one of those things are falling to the ground. I know, same. I mean, I'm just like clumsy that I cannot understand what it's like to like be so sure of your like I don't even know what to describe, but like to be so sure of your dexterity that you're like I will not fall to my death even if I climb without a rope. Like I cannot comprehend that. But I guess he hasn't died yet. Just walking inside the disgusting city next to a river at least. Oh, I'm glad you had a nice walk in the disgusting city. And welcome in Yok. How's the K-pop and Yap going? We just started. We just started. I was just talking about how there's noises at my window and maybe Alex Honnold is climbing on my building, but he's not. I haven't seen him yet. If I see him, I'll get a nice selfie by the window. And welcome in Beppe, if you're doing well. Yeah, that's the thing about like if you live in like a high up place, like where I lived before, there was no other high rises like I was facing. I was like facing away, right? But now I can like see into other high rises. Cause like once you're in a high up place, like people from the ground can't really see you, right? But if people are also in a high rise, like you can see them, and like it's really interesting to see like who leaves their windows open or like who leaves their curtains open, who doesn't. Um, cause like if you guys were in that situation, like if you're in a high rise and there's other high rises across from you, and you can like kind of see in, would you always have your curtain closed, or would you just leave them open? Like, cause like for me, I don't really mind if they're open because it's not like I'm doing something that I'm like I cannot have people outside see in. Like if I'm just like chilling like right here, like I'm just chilling on my computer or like chilling on the sofa, like like, obviously, the bedroom blinds are closed and, like, no one can see in, like, the bathroom if I'm, like, changing. Um, but, yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing you can't do is, like, I mean, I guess you could walk around naked if you wanted to, but if you didn't care about people seeing you. Um, but, yeah, it's definitely a different experience. You're quite high up, maybe the creaking is normal, but us peasants wouldn't know. In Vancouver, it's pretty normal. We need that high density housing. Um, you leave them open? You both leave them open and walk them in mini? Then closed? Oh, you if people can see you on the other high rise, you wanna keep them closed? I don't know, I just feel like I have nothing to hide. Like, even if people look in, like, what are they gonna like, they're not gonna see anything very interesting, you know? And not only that, I don't spend a lot of time, like, looking at the other buildings, like, I don't know. I'm sure there's people who do. 'Cause when I was looking this up on Reddit, there was a couple Redditors who were like, um, "I have a telescope." I was like, "Bro, what? You have a telescope? Like, that is crazy." Um, so I guess you might have someone who has a telescope, but I mean, if I'm not doing anything that I wouldn't be comfortable with other people seeing, then it's fine. Um, how am I today? I'm good, I'm good. How are you? Open, fully unclosed. You're just like, "Hey, bring it on." Um, you love your privacy? I mean, I like privacy too, don't get me wrong, but, like, I don't know, like, if it's just, like, the common areas of my house, like, I wouldn't leave the bedroom blinds open. And welcome in, Maestro. And welcome in, Miracle. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's having a chill day. We are. We're having a nice, really nice chill time. Talking about people peeking into our windows. A telescope? Yeah, because people yeah, yeah, like the Coney said, some people have, like, binoculars and they, like people watching. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, I guess I don't really care if someone was watching me, like, in a non-creepy way, like, obviously, if they're being really creepy about it, then obviously I would mind that. But if they're just, like, doing it, in, like, a neutral sense, they're just like, "Oh, I'm just looking." I'm just, like, yeah, like, just people watching. Um, then I guess that's fine. I'll just I wouldn't I wouldn't be out in the open anyway, like, with something that I wouldn't be comfortable other people seeing. Imagine telescoping an entire but people do, cause like, if you have a telescope here, like, you are not looking at the stars, like, there's way too much light pollution. You tried using a telescope? Couldn't make a call from it. Is that a bad joke or what? And welcome in Coop and welcome in Cryo. If you look out and see anyone watching, tell them to go to twitch.tv/MeeJGames for a better view. I will definitely tell them that. Is there a non-creepy way to watch someone in their house with binoculars? I guess not, yeah, I guess but, like, as long as they don't have, like, weird intention like, I understand the concept of people watching, like, I do, I do. Um, but, yeah, I guess you gotta be worried about people being weird. But what if they use that seeing someone change, like, people have been doing that? I mean, yeah, I think they would see that, right? But I wouldn't change, like, with the window open anyway. Especially if I was facing another building, like, I wouldn't change with the like, I just change in my bedroom, and I close the door. How did Varka polls go? I didn't poll for Varka. Have you listened to Blackpink's new mini oh, yeah, sorry, you asked that earlier, I forgot. I did listen to it. I like their new song, even though I'm not a huge, like, electronic music fan or, like, dance music fan. I thought it was cool. But I really, really wish they would go back to using sets for the music video. Like, they used to build, like, huge sets, and it would look really good. Like, they have the money, they have the resources to do that. And the last 2 music videos, they've just been using, like, AI, CGI. And I'm like, "That's so cheap." Like, that's so, like, low effort, you know? Like, I'm like, "Come on, I know you guys have the money to just, like, 1, either hire real artists or 2, build a set." the sets always look better. Yeah, so I was disappointed in that, and also, they've been having a lot of backlash because they work with Dr. Luke on their album, and I think also with Diplo, and then apparently I was, like, reading about this, and apparently Jennie is, like, good friends with Diplo. I'm like, "That's crazy." Like, everyone's just like, "That's Blackpink, our problematic queens." I'm like, "I guess so, I guess so." And Walk 'Em in Thunder, hope you're doing well today. AI, CGIs, we're done. I guess so, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, instead of just normal CGI, it's, like, AI visuals. Um, but yeah, they did that in Jump, and I didn't love it in Jump. I was like, maybe it's just this one guy, like, this one, music video director, and they'll, like, move on from that, but no, it's just, like, empty room, CGI visuals. Um, yeah, it wasn't I liked the concept, like, I was like, "I can see what they're going for," but I don't think it looked the best. And then everyone was saying in the comments, like, they probably weren't even in the same room when they filmed this, I was like and then I was, like, watching, I was like, "Yeah, I think they weren't in the same room while they were filming this." So it just seems like very low effort, and out of all the like, they could like, they're Blackpink, they could work with, like, almost any producer they wanted, and they chose Dr. Luke, like, why? Like, they know they must like, I think people are saying, like, there's no, like, cancel culture, in Korea, right? Like, if you guys I've talked about, like, the actors who are in Squid Game and the crimes they have committed. They do not have that kind of cancel culture like I guess we do here. But surely they were, like, tuned into, like, "Hey, when Katy Perry worked with Dr. Luke, like, she got so much backlash, right? Like, understandably, and, like, people really hated it, and they're like, "You know what? Let's just work with this guy." Like, why? There's no need to work with that guy. Like, did he bring something that no one else could? I don't think so. Lalisa Manobon can do no wrong unless she does, in which case she still didn't do anything wrong. Right, right. Yeah, I think they're just, like I don't know. Like, it's just bad decision after bad decision, I would say. Um, and it's Chicano, thanks for the 58 months. How's Resident Evil? Are you enjoying it? And welcome in, Shar. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, it's just, like, very problematic behavior. And everyone was like and, like, people like, K-pop fans are really, like, intense about it, right? Like, they're very parasocial, and they're like yeah, they're like, "Oh, like, our girls could do nothing wrong, like, they probably, like, had no say in it." I'm like, "Are you sure you had no say?" Like, they definitely have a say in it. Like, come on. Um, they're, like, the most famous K-pop idols in existence, like, if they like, there's no way they're just, like, forced to do everything like rookies, you know? Like, they have a lot of leverage. You had a fight with your mom today, but otherwise doing well. I'm glad it's going well otherwise. It's so good and hard. Wait, are you on, like, the hard difficulty, or is it there's, like, the professional one as well? Did you pick the hardest hard difficulty? As someone who tried to play on normal and completely failed, good luck. Don't let an army hear you say it. Oh, yeah, true, true. But, like, I'm just saying, like, Blackpink are at the level of popularity where, like, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of leverage, and if they were just like, "We're just gonna walk away from this," then they could, right? So I don't think they're, like, completely innocent children, like, they're, like, 30. Um, you're on hard mode, yeah, by accident. Can you not change it? Or are you just committed to the hard mode? I think you can do it. Like, I feel like you could definitely I don't see why you couldn't finish on hard mode. I saw their new song yesterday. Did you like it? I was just talking about their controversies. Um, it won't let you change it? Oh, that's really mean. I don't like games that don't let you change the difficulty. I'm like, "That's so unnecessary." I refuse to believe anyone who's crazy famous is innocent. Yeah, especially in the entertainment industry, like probably every other person is a predator. You know what I mean? Like there's so many bad people who are just like still allowed in the industry, right? It's just like a really messed up world. Um, but like unless they're like literal children, surely they are, you know, I think it's more likely than not that they they know things or they have slept like they have seen things and they haven't said anything about it or whatever. But yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, apparently Jenny is openly friends with Diplo, who one slept with a 17-year-old and two had a teenage girl living in his house for like 2 years, and everyone was like, "Why is she living there?" And she was like, "Oh, not like this is so normal. Like I'm just living here. Like nothing weird is going on." And then like a couple years later, after she grew up a bit, she was like, "Yeah, that was messed up." Like what? I was like, "Yeah, that is messed up." Um, Diplo, yeah, Diplo. Honestly, at this point, we can just assume like every producer is like really gross. um, yeah, so they work with Jenny is openly friends with Diplo. And I think he worked on their album, and then they worked with Dr. Luke on the album for like a couple of the songs, which seems very unnecessary. Um, you tell me she needs to play more Capcom games. Well, I'm gonna let you guys play Resident Evil whatever 9 first. And then what am I trying to say? And then you guys can tell me honestly whether I would like it or not. Actually, I don't know if I trust Chikano to tell me honestly whether I would like it. I think he would just say he would want me to play it regardless of whether I like it. So I will ask Gwen. Because Gwen will tell me honestly whether I would like it or not. Um, she won't listen from me either. Yeah, because you told me I wouldn't. Because you were the one who told me honestly that I would not like Monster Hunter, and I believe you. That's wild. I mean, yeah, it's entertainment industry things. There's always a lot of things come to the surface. But yeah, the fact that Jenny surely is aware of that and she just like doesn't care. I'm like, what are you doing? Like Jenny. Um, it's similar to Resident Evil 4. Okay. It's scary. I'm into that. Is it like gross scary though? Like is there like really gross things? Like I don't cuz like Resident Evil 7, which kind of always wants me to play, but I think it's gross. You're always behind with your Blackpink. You recently added Mantra to my rotation, even though it's been on stream for months. True. Don't let my bad news about Jenny hold you back. Um, they're just they are just always problematic. When I tried Monster Hunter, all I could think about was why am I hurting these animals? Now Ricky feels bad. Oh no. Or do they look like animals or do they look like monsters? Because if they're cute, I feel bad. But if they're ugly, I don't mind. um, both. Okay, okay. It's a mixture of 7 and 4. But is it gross is what I'm saying. Because I was saying, like, I was getting a little tired of the gameplay in 4, like, by the end. It just, like, kept going and going. I was like, "Oh, these guys are so annoying," right? But then I was saying if it was scarier, I would enjoy it because it would be more engaging, right? Like, if it was a little bit more scary, then I feel like there would be a lot more tension. Um, so I kind of wanted that because like, I thought the regrade regrader no, that's from Genshin. What are they called? The lying down guys? The lying down guys? I thought that section was really cool because it was scary. But too many spiders. Too many spiders. Um, yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, I don't like when it's gross. Like, I feel like Resident Evil 7, every single place you go in, it's like, ew, like, I feel like I wouldn't wanna touch anything in this room, including the floor. Like, Like everything is gross, and then the family was really like weird vibes, like gross. Like it's like I don't like when it's like scary in a creepy way. You know what I mean? Like if it's scary in like a like ew, like uncomfortable way, you know? I like fun scary. Grace's mode has hella tension and lots of things to solve and uncover. Okay. Grace's really cool. I didn't think I'd enjoy her gameplay as much as I do. Is she what does she do? Is it just like guns or it's like an attempt of a realistic evolution based on real. Oh, I see. I see. She runs. She just runs? I mean, that's like pure survival horror, no? Like when you can't fight back. 'Cause I think when you can fight back it's less scary. But surely you said there's 4, so Resident Evil 4 involved, which Resident Evil 4 was very lots of guns, lots of action. And I thought the action was fun. But then after a certain point I got tired. But it was also so ridiculous. Like the 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 uh the mine cart. The mine cart section was crazy. Um it was so unserious. Also, I'm not sure if it's just me because I'm on hard mode, but it's actually a real survival horror. It doesn't even autosave. I think it's just hard mode, man. But they do say like survival games like should be played on a higher difficulty because like if you don't have like the lack of resources, then it's like it kind of takes away one aspect of it. But I'm just like too bad at those games. Like I legitimately, like, you guys know, I wanted to play The Last of Us for years, and I like couldn't play it even on the easiest difficulty because like something about like oh you only get like one bullet. I was like, "Well, how am I supposed to win?" Like me who goes in guns blazing. Like I just and the stealth gameplay wasn't like developed enough for me to be able to just stealth everything. I couldn't do it. Did you get Requiem yet? No, I don't know if I'm gonna get it yet. I need to. I'm waiting for Gwen's review of it for me. Your brother was playing the game last night and it was super scary. That's good. I like scary. You watched your faves play it yesterday and you watched the same section like 5 times because it kept dying, or you have very limited ammo. Zombies take forever to drop, and you need ink ink ribbons to save. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I do struggle with the limited ammo. Cause I remember at the start of Resident Evil 4, I've almost like you're wasting so much ammo. Like, what are you gonna do? Like they're like, you're gonna regret that, and I was like, guys, I'm not gonna regret that. And then it ended up in a section where I like completely ran out of ammo, and I was like, okay, they were right. They were right. But for like 90% of the game, since I was playing on like the easiest difficulty, it was kind of fine. Um, but like yeah, there was even on easy mode certain sections where I just like wasted all my ammo and I was like, well, I shouldn't have done that. And sometimes I didn't really understand what I was supposed to do in a section. And Leon is a menace. The memes are true. Is he like a beast or like he's really annoying? Is what you mean? Or he's cool? He's 50, really? It's set that far in the future? Wait, so there's Leon, there's Grace. Where's Ada? Is there 50-year-old Ada? I wanna see her. Um, but yeah, it's like he's cracked. He's always like that. The game is laughable. Is that not the point of the game? Like Resident Evil is so campy. Or at least in 4 it was like super campy. Um like some things in the game are just so ridiculous. And especially he's extra. He does like instead of one backflip, he does like double backflips. Okay, Abby. I will look forward to seeing this then. You can share some clips, I guess. I'm very curious. Because like when I went into Resident Evil, I didn't expect it to be so campy, and so ridiculous, but it was fun. I think I like that aspect of it. It made it more enjoyable for me. Because it was just silly. It was fun. I think that's kind of a type of game that I don't really play that often, where it's just like like, it's just unserious and it's just fun. Like, it's just like, they were really just focusing on making it a fun time, fun gameplay, all around, and I usually don't enjoy gameplay that much, in game which is kinda ridiculous, but I usually don't enjoy, like, just, like, shooting gameplay or stuff like that, but in Resident Evil, I think it's quite well done. Um, definitely don't wanna spoil anything, but I hope you give it a shot. Definitely watch a recap of the other games for the lore. Okay. Well, I still haven't played do you think I should play Resident Evil 8 first? Because Gwen got me that game as well, so it's definitely on my list. Um, and Gwen and Key seem to think that I would like it more, or that I would like it. And welcome in, MBDT. I'm doing good, how are you? The singing zombies are just creepy, ooh. And the sounds they make, Miji will know what I'm talking about once she plays Requiem. Okay, singing zombies. Some idle zombies. Um, you can play it first, sure. You just watch playthroughs. Not a big Ethan fan. Is he like prominent, Ethan? I guess so. I guess Leon is prominent when you play as Ethan, or when you play as Leon. Sorry. You just don't like him as a person. I don't know. I don't know much about him. Um, but yeah, they said I probably enjoyed the gameplay of 8 more. I'm not sure. Leon just reminds you of yourself. Sure, しかも. Actually, you do make corny jokes just like Leon. I could see you saying that bingo line. No longer demon idols. Now we get zombie. I'm just imagining the zombies in Resident Evil rocking up and be like, "Bitch into the choir." um, his outfit is so sick. Wait, I want to see his outfit. K-pop zombie hunt exactly. What do you mean, corny? I don't know. He just gives that dad joke vibe, you know. Think I need a second opinion. I do. I don't trust. Chikano will just tell me what I want to hear to make me play it, even if I will hate it. He won't care if I will despise the game. He just wants to see it. Um, have you been to theater shows before? Yes. Their hummings are just creepy. What do you think theater shows are by a show? You think theater shows are just creepy singing? What? What does that mean? Um, he seems extra serious in this one. Like I mean, he has been through it. My sure went to a theater show where it was just like creepy chanting. Like, I guess that's what Broadway is, isn't it? That's what people. You go to Lion King and it's like, damn, people just cult chanting and creepily humming with zombies. Yeah, I think you went to a cult gathering. Um, as someone who loves, theater shows, um, definitely more of a family, and it's not necessarily family fun. It's just more of a fun performance. I don't know. I guess there are serious ones, and I'm sure there are horror ones if you look, but I don't know. Don't know if that would be the description I would put. Um, Leon finds a little girl and starts protecting her like a dad, even though refuses. I'm in. I'm in. You're so. Oh, Ricky, you should have just started with that. Um, go to a Broadway show. You guys know I'm a theater kid at heart. I love Broadway shows. Um, Leon is number one dad and husbando. Does he have a child? Yeah, that's all I need, man. I need a Leon to become Joel or Kratos, and then I will be on board. You know, you guys know I will play every story with that with that storyline. Leon has a son with Ada. His name is Tim. No way, no way. That's crazy. Um, yeah, I was posting this in the Discord yesterday, but there was this. I was I was watching some I was watching some videos Um, what am I trying to say? I was watching some guitar videos, and then I was looking in the comments of Ichika Nito's videos, and and um everyone was talking about this drama. They were like, "Oh my god, like this drama with Ichika." I was like, what is this drama with Ichika?" And he's like a really famous YouTube guitarist, and he's known for being like really good at guitar. He does like really short, like 30 to 60-second videos where he like plays like a really pretty melody, like it's like really fast. Like he's like really crazy at guitar. And people considered him to be like top 10 guitarists in the world. But turns out he was doing the guitar equivalent of lip syncing. Miming um, he was miming pretty much all his content, even ones that say like a live performance. It was mimed. Um, so then, yeah, that's the huge draw. Yeah, he was playing air guitar, and people were joking around. They're like, "Oh my god, he has like a bunch of Ibanez signature guitars." Everyone's like, "They should get him an Ibanez signature air guitar," which is crazy. I'm like, I did not know that. I love Ichika Nito. You think Look smacks unintentionally by constantly fighting with zombies? Yeah, yeah, Leon. I mean, he was already handsome before. Um, you gonna say the spoilers for Requiem? I mean, I don't really care about spoilers. I'm not invested in the Resident Evil narrative. I think the narrative is kind of silly. Um, I've seen a video about him miming like 6 months ago. The video was from yeah, it was like months ago. I just wasn't in the loop. Haven't looked at it in the same since. Yeah. A lot of people speed up their guitar fits. I'm wondering which is worse. It's kind of the same. Like miming, like pretend. Yeah, yeah. Like miming is just like pretending, but there's nothing there. Um, but yeah, I think speeding up is also kind of in that. Okay, I think like it's one thing to like put together a video of like the perfect take. Put together the video of like a perfect take and like, but like I feel like you should be able to play it. Like if you cannot play it, like like obviously I'm not saying like play it perfectly, but like if you can't play it at like a reasonably expected level to what you're presenting, um, then I think it's a bit misleading, right? Like that is a bit unfair, especially like if you're speeding it up to the point where like you cannot reasonably play at that speed. Also, that seems like kind of shady as well. Um, I've been asked to send him a box of air and say it's a signature. True. But it's a Resident Evil narrative, like nonsense. There's like this corporation in Raccoon City, um, and then there's like zombies. I don't know. It's like a whole mess. Gudetama. You want to steal Gudetama's hat again? Oh my god. Okay, fine. Let me go get it. My autocorrect does sometimes do that. Watch the Gudetama's balls. Oh, look at him. He's like, I cannot believe he stole my hat. Um, Gudetama's gonna haunt me during her sleep. He will. He will. I hate when someone plays a cover and there's a single track, but the video has clear cuts and edits, and like now I'm doubting. I mean, it's one thing like a lot of like covers or like singing videos online are like pre-recorded and then they make like a music video type production, right? Like where it's like a better visual or whatever. But like I think what people are saying, right? Like if I posted a video where like I'm in the studio, there's like multiple cuts and then there's like, like maybe some B-roll footage, then in that situation I'm like, okay, that I would understand if that's pre-recorded. That makes sense, right? It's like a music video, right? But like if I just post a video, if I just take my phone and I record and it's just like one recording, I'm just sitting there like no microphone, I'm like singing. Then I think in in that situation it's like expected. It's like it's kind of setting the like it's kind of implying that that is like, oh, I just recorded that in one take just on my phone. And Ichika's videos often are like that, right? It's like one little take, he just like recording with like one camera, he just playing his guitar. You assume he just like there's no reason to assume that that's mimed, right? And the other thing that makes it bad, I think, is that he is not able to play at that level in real life. Um, like he's still like I got a stats expert opinion. Apparently, he's still like an above average like talented guitarist, but not at that like people were calling him like a virtuoso. Like he's not at that level. I see the trailer for Wind and Waves. It actually, I'm the biggest Pokemon hater, but like it looked kind of good. I mean, we'll wait till we can see like actual like full gameplay footage, but it looked a lot better than previous, which is a low bar, but it looked a lot better. What is your most uncomfortable wig? The longer the wig, the more uncomfortable it is, in my opinion. It's not really like each wig is uncomfy. It's just it's usually the weight of it. So like longer hair, like long hair Zelda, which I don't even know if I still have that wig because I just wear short hair Zelda. But yeah, any wig, the longer the wig, the more uncomfortable it is. Um, you threw you threw a couple Gudetamas in your shin last night. It was phenomenal. Oh no, poor Gudetama. You don't have to listen to this. Yeah, it's I don't think I have any like super long uncomfortable wigs anymore. Maybe I do. I'm trying to think. I look at the list. Yeah, yeah. I literally just have Tears of the Kingdom Zelda on this list because I think like I was like, no, I'm not wearing that long one anymore. And a lot of these don't even have wigs. Honestly, yeah, I don't think any of them are that uncomfortable now. Maybe Hu Tao a little, but hers isn't that bad because it's like pigtails. And Hu Tao's long. Yeah, but it's just like pigtails. It's not like the main wig. I think it's not that long. It's not that bad. And Farina has like relatively short hair. She just has like a long piece in the back, but it's pretty light. Barbara? Barbara's also has pigtails. Um, you went to Costco. Oh, you didn't go to Costco. People are fighting and skipping a line. Oh yeah, Costco. The Costco Pokemon card battle is crazy. People are like lining up. Yeah, people line up like so early to get these cards. I'm like, that's great. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because like I understand. Like obviously, like everyone is just as valid to buy Pokemon cards, but especially like I don't mind if people like buy it for their own enjoyment, but surely a lot of those people are buying it to scalp, right? Um, and if you're buying it to scalp and like because of that, like kids who just want to like have Pokemon cards because they like Pokemon, like I'm like that's like taking it away from them. It's like kind of like come on. Um, what would make you line up somewhere? I mean, for how long? Like, I would line up for like a short amount of time, but I don't know if anything now would make me line up at like 4 a.m. Like when I was younger, I would. I lined up for Ed Sheeran at like 7 a.m. Um, or maybe it wasn't 7 a.m. I don't remember what it was. Um, but yeah, I did that when I was younger, but I wouldn't do it now, even for my favorite artist. Me, a grown dude scalper shoving an 8-year-old for booth. I know, right? Like, it's like, come on. I watched a bit of the Pokemon 30th video and went extra weeby. I don't know what that video is, but I just saw the trailer. Or I skimmed through it a bit to see. Um, still no Let's Go Johto. I would actually be into Let's Go Johto, yeah. But I don't know if I honestly at this point, I don't know if I will even if the new Pokemon game looks good, I feel like Pokemon has kind of lost all their goodwill with me. As someone who doesn't have any I don't have any nostalgia for Pokemon, so like there's not even nostalgia to hold me to it. It's just like they've put out some games and they've been poor quality, and I'm like at that point I'm like why would I buy the next one? Like just because it's Pokemon, like I don't really feel like I would buy it just because it's Pokemon, uh, unless the game is like life changing. But at the same time, then I also need to buy a Switch, and I don't. Really want to do that. Um, so I go to cons or just go to a card game? You mean like a card store? To save some money? Yeah, yeah. You did that for Blind Guardian. Is that like a band? I thought you said a Blind Guardian. I was like, I don't know what that means. The game isn't coming out till 2027. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good thing because it's like I think it's a good thing because Pokemon are they always rush their games, right? So like the farther away the release date, the better. But who knows? Um, Plenty of time to get a Switch 2. I don't know if I want a Switch 2. I feel like it's not worth it for me. I haven't bought a Pokemon game since Let's Go Pikachu and Shield. Yeah, I mean every Pokemon game I've bought since buying Pokemon Sword, which was my first Pokemon game. Every game I've bought since then, I've kind of regretted it, and I've kind of thought it was a waste of money. Yet I bought like three of them. I bought, or maybe four? No, three. Brilliant Diamond, Let's Go No, that's what it's called. Legends Arceus and Diamond and Pearl. Oh, and Snap. Yeah, I bought 4 Pokemon games since then, and they were all like, I just felt like I got scammed. I got scammed 4 times. Oh, and Scarlet Violet. Did I say Scarlet Violet? Is it 5 games? Or did I count one twice? I don't know. Either way, I felt like I just got constantly scammed by Pokemon. Um, it's a band, a power metal band. Ooh, that sounds worth. Um, we're almost a year into Switch 2's life, and there's no good games. So exactly, I'm like, I feel like there's nothing that I want. We'll be like, oh, like this will be worth the price of the console, you know? Um, and welcome in Young. Hope you're doing well today. You like Let's Go. I liked it like 90% of it, and I hated the 10% of it. You know what I mean? I mean, you know how I feel about the gym restriction. I was so annoyed by that. But I think overall I did enjoy the game. So I guess it wasn't a scam. But the other games, scams. I was like, the price to quality ratio is so bad, and it's like I don't think there's any defending that, right? Like even though, like, it's like I can understand people like Legends Arceus, and I can understand it, but, like, are you really telling me that's a $90 game? Like, or a $80 game or whatever? Like, really? Like, if it was, like, $50, if it was, like, $40, $50, like, I'd be like, "Oh, I understand that." But really? Like, at that price? They're only charging that price because it's Pokemon, right? Um, how am I? I'm doing good. How are you, Young? You know, in TCG, when people get a whole collection of a single Pokemon, it's called a master set. You got a master set of Metapause. Do it. Do it. No, nothing's stopping you. Yeah, I'm also gonna close the curtains because like it gets really hot in here with the curtains open. Sun is just like heat crazy. How much does the Switch 2 cost over there? I don't know. Here it's like I think it's $600. Um, you lost your card, so you're feeling like what card? Like your credit card? That's not good. Um, 450 USD without a gain. That makes sense. Um, you lost your credit card. Oh no. I guess you can just lock it. Um, yeah, you just gotta maybe you misplaced it. Maybe you should just lock it and get a new one. Unless in case you left it outside. That sucks though. Add $80 for a game. Yeah. I'm still not over the fact that Mario Kart World is $120 Canadian. That's a ridiculous price. $120 Canadian is a crazy price. Um, Here it's 790 CAD. Yeah, it was such a scam. Um, it's not. And then they like make it so you can't like get it from different regions as well. You got the Mario Kart World version, Procon 2, and Breath of the Wild Switch 2 version. It was around $800 US. And was it worth it? Would you price that dollar to value ratio? And how is the Procon 2? Because you guys know how I feel about the Procon. Don't recommend doing that. Valid, valid. Um, that's what our current president wants for his tariffs. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the Norwegian pricing is even worse. You don't use it much. I noticed today when I went out to buy stuff. Oh no. Well, maybe yeah, maybe you did just misplace it then. If you didn't lose it like outside. Hopefully. Switch 2 is amazing. It's highly capable. I mean, yeah, but like if you have a really highly capable piece of software that like doesn't really have like games of value to play on it, or the games of value are really expensive, then like what are you gonna do with just the hardware? Nothing. Like I think like inherently the piece of technology is not worth anything, right? Until it's intended to play games on. So unless there's for me, like I feel like consoles are not worthwhile. Um, like consoles are not worthwhile until there is a game that's worth it. Once Mario and Zelda gets announced or drops, everyone will rush to get one. Yeah, that's true as well. But like that makes sense, right? Like like why would you rush to get the console when there's nothing to play on it? Unless you're like the world's biggest Donkey Kong fan. And welcome in Monkshu. Nice cosplay. Thank you, thank you. I think I'm done with my hat time though. Kind of warm too. Um, even the worth it games eventually come out on PC. I see no reason to get consoles right now. Not Nintendo games. That is the one thing about Nintendo games. They will not be on PC. Yeah. You ever seen a Mario game on PC? Like no. Um, Nintendo knows that too. They're milking third-party games at the moment. Yeah, I mean like unless they make like a really really great game, um, then I don't see a reason to do it. Like for me, like the Switch was entirely worth it for one, Animal Crossing, and two, Breath of the Wild, obviously. But I don't think I'd buy a new console just for. I don't think I'd buy a new console just for Mario. Even though I love Mario Odyssey, don't get me wrong, and I would love Mario Odyssey too. Um, I wouldn't buy a console just for that. I would need another game along with that. Last I played Mario in the 90s, damn. You are missing out though. I will say Mario Odyssey was really really fun. This one dude named Ricky plays Nintendo games on PC. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm telling on you. Um, is Ricky is a piano player. That's true. That's true. Piano player plays Nintendo games on PC. Okay, chill. Nether, we told you it's a family-friendly stream. Unless it's so to the point where we have to point it out to Ricky like last time, just keep it to yourself. Um, but yeah, it's a. I wouldn't buy a Switch just for Mario Odyssey, but it's definitely like a plus. Like if I had a Switch and I could play Mario Odyssey on it, then I'd be like, oh, that's worth buying. But would I buy the whole console just for Mario Odyssey? No. Mario held down Nintendo in the late 80s and early 90s, and then Pokemon carried it with Mario after that. I mean, yeah, there's some. I mean, there's a lot of great Nintendo games. Don't get me wrong. Um, Pokemon carrying hard on it because they don't release that many Mario games. Okay, actually no. I think not Mario Party. Mario Kart. Mario Kart is definitely like a console seller, especially for like I think it's still like, is it not like the highest selling? Like it didn't even come with the Switch one, but I think it's still like the highest selling one. Just because it's such a like a family game, right? Like I think like if you're buying like a console for your kids and you get the Mario Kart, like I think that kind of thing is quite quite good for that. But then I feel like they're even like ruining that because of how expensive it is. Like it's like you're like, oh, I want to buy a Mario Kart for my child, but now it's $120. Like what a ridiculous price. Um, it's stupid. You bought a whole PS5 just to give it to your brother. No, I played God of War and I played The Last of Us. Um, but yeah, my brother has reserved my PS5 for when GTA comes out, which I thought was in May, but I guess it's in November now. Don't know. They discontinued the Mario Kart bundled consoles. Really? For the Switch for the Switch 2 Mario Kart World? Cause like that was the only price that was like worth, right? Like Mario Kart. They included Mario Kart World for like $40-$50 or something, which is like a way more reasonable price for Mario Kart. Um, you haven't even tried Mario Kart World yet. I hate Mario Kart. Gwen scarring me for life. I know. It's like you're playing the game and you know you will never beat Gwen. Like it's like what's the point? um, it's gonna bought a whole Switch just to sell it later and buy another. I know he's so weird about that. You had like seven. So yeah, like stop selling it. Like, what a hassle. No. Um, Switch 2, they stopped making them. What? So now you have to buy a Mario Kart World full price? That's stupid. It's not worth full price. And welcome in Sushi Gamer. You gonna tell my child if you want to play video games, these are sibling stuff. I mean, surely they share one, right? Unless you're rich and you buy each child a Switch. But like I think like Switch was always an accessible price. Switch was always an accessible price for um, you know, for like a family console. Like it was a very reasonable price, and that's the reason I kind of got into it as well. Cause like I wasn't like super into gaming at the time, so I wouldn't spend like a lot of money on a Switch, and I thought it was reasonably priced. You were collecting special edition ones for a while. Is there any good ones for Switch 2 yet? Need Coach Miju's opinion, C4 Diluc or C1 Xiao? I mean, which one do you use more, firstly? Do you use Xiao? Because if you do use Xiao, then I think you should just go for Xiao, because no offense to Diluc, his constellations aren't that good. And in Xiao, at least his C1 is like usable. But I would pick the one you want more. Or if you're going for level 100 and Diluc is your highest constellation standard, then that's also valid as well. And welcome in Atharwa, twice best girl group. I saw them in concert in January. I'm looking at the banking app and I can temporarily block the card to unblock later. That's good. Do that. They're all the same color. I need a cute one. If I'm ever gonna buy a Switch 2, I need a cute one. By the children in their 20s, mistakes were made as a teenager. You can be the ambassador for using protection. um, you'll get Shao for C1, ER important. I mean, if you use neither, then like, what's the point? I don't know. I personally think I will just go for, because I was considering Baiju for a while, because like, oh, ER kind of nice, but do I ever use Baiju? I don't know. So I'm like, maybe I'll just get Jean. I can get she will be like C5. Who's your bias? You know, I do love Dion because I like watching variety shows and stuff. But after the concert, Gio was the best performer by like Gio was like up here and everyone else was like even the second best performer was like down here. Like Gio was giving 1000% at the concert, and so I think you cannot go to the concert without leaving as Gio with your as your bias. Um they dropped a new Joy-Con 2 color, green and purple, like Splatoon. The Switch 2 come with OLED. Okay, apparently it's LCD. But it's mainly black, so it's very, yeah, because they just have like the rings, right? I think eventually they'll come out with different colors and stuff. I thought the Switch looks cute, you know, like it seems like it's like, but it seems like with the Switch 2, they're really going for like an older audience, right? Like, because like one, the price is really expensive, um, but like one, yeah, the console's very expensive, and like it seems like they're more focusing on like older games, stuff like that. Um, and yeah, the color scheme also kind of makes it feel more like mature. Don't get me wrong, you love all your children, but you blame your partner. Their memory on certain things have never really been the best. It's unfortunate at times. I don't know, man. I feel like it's both partners' responsibilities. Unless she was like lying to you, which I doubt because it seems like you're still together. Um, I think it's definitely both partners' responsibility to you know, if you're it's on both of you. Um, but accidents happen. Accidents happen. Um, Nintendo got to give themselves leeway to make even more overpriced Switch 2 later. True. Made a PSP too. I think these days it's like what a Steam Deck, right? The actual console itself um little color where the has little color where the Joy-Con clips into. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's not as colorful and like childlike as the Switch One. You know what I mean? So I think it definitely seems like they're going for an older audience, which I think is interesting. Like I think a lot of things these days like kind of like tie into like nostalgia and stuff, right? And then you wonder like if they never cater to like the new generation, like eventually like the older generation will like stop buying these things, and then what are they gonna do? You can't just bank on nostalgia forever. Those people will die. We need a PS5 too, right, right. You question that sometimes, but I do agree with you. Yes, yes, it is true. It is true. It is both partners' responsibility to you know, to keep on top of the birth control. You cannot blame you cannot just blame your partner. Um, Steam Deck is cool, but not as cool looking. You can get like a cool skin for it though. I've seen some people with that. You see an article that says there's a resurgence of physical media collecting, and Gen Z is collecting DVDs and CDs. Yeah, I mean, I understand the want to own stuff, right? Like I get it. I don't know what I would do with a DVD, but or CD. You heard of the term kidult? Like a kid slash adult, I guess, if I had to guess. But yeah, a lot of people at my work, they had Steam Decks. Um, and they seem to really like them, but I don't know if I would ever use one. Like maybe on the plane, I'd use a Steam Deck, but I do like handhelds. I do like handhelds. Um, like I like playing Switch handheld, but I don't know. Steam Deck is a little expensive. Steam Decks are all sold out at the moment. Oh, they're selling well, I guess. They're very popular. Is Genshin playable on Steam? It is now, yeah. I don't know if it's playable on Steam Deck. I'm not sure. Is every Steam game playable on Steam Deck, or did they have to have specific Steam Deck support? Some games surely cannot run on the Steam Deck, right? Kimmy would appreciate that. Can her phone not run Genshin? Because like Genshin is a mobile game. You know what I found out about Genshin? Genshin has better graphics on PlayStation because PlayStation has some sort of like exclusivity deal. Like not anymore because I think it's on Xbox now, but like they had some sort of deal um with PlayStation and or with Genshin. So like Genshin has Genshin has the best graphics on PlayStation, which is like so weird. Like the textures and the clouds and like all that kind of stuff, it's like noticeably better. Like it's like a different game almost on PlayStation. Um so it's like weird. And it's like I'm like that's crazy. Like it's not on PC. There are more powerful handheld devices in the Steam Deck, but the Steam Deck lasts very long, like hours long, so it's up to the individual. What are the other handheld devices? Is there like really fancy ones now? I guess there would be, right? She can put a mobiles on a big screen to like enjoy quests that are reading and stuff. That's true. That's true. I guess it depends what you would like the best. Um, because I like playing on iPad. And like if you have an iPad, it's not just for gaming, right? Like it's for other things. So whether you want a device just for gaming, because like Steam Deck would be good for playing a bunch of games. But then if you had a tablet, then um then like you could do other stuff. Like I do use my iPad for many things. Um Kidult is an adult whose interests or media consumption is traditionally seen as more suitable for children. It could also mean a parent who acts childly with their children and does not take on their duties. That's not good. Most kidults tend to use their interests as a form of escapism. I see. There's been an increase in this. Uh, It sounds like a really old-fashioned term. I don't know. Um, I feel like those two things are really different too. Like a person whose interests are like mainly kid-related stuff doesn't necessarily mean they're like immature. You know what I mean? You can connect onto mobile too, but the Steam Deck is like Switch-like. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I've heard of the ROG Ally thing and the Lenovo Legion. I don't know what those are. I'm guessing they're just like other handheld stuff. I do not keep up with this technology. I have no idea. I just know about Steam Decks because I saw some people at work had them. And Steam is always advertising. Whenever you go on Steam, it's like, oh, like playable on Steam Deck, and it's like, I don't have a Steam Deck. I don't using that. I don't know. I'm always worried too, like how much use I will really get out of it if it would just be like a gimmick. 'Cause I like gaming on my iPad. I think there's actually a lot of games on mobile these days, and it's kind of nice. Um, yeah, but I'm not sure. And then there's stuff like sometimes it feels like a gimmick and you just like won't use it. Like that's what I was worried about with my VR. Like the VR is not that expensive. I got like a older model VR. And I feel like I got my money's worth out of it because I didn't play it that much personally, but it turned out to be a really fun family console. Like, even though you can't like multiple people play it at once, it's like very easy for people who are not gamers to pick it up, right? Because it's very intuitive. It's just like there's no like you don't have to press a lot of buttons. Like it's just like it's like motion controlled. Especially if you play like certain games. Um, so yeah, it ended up being like a really fun family console, which was good. Um, and it's, like, endlessly entertaining to, like, make your mom play VR, you know? But I don't know, I feel like I don't know, with the Steam Deck, I would really get, like, a whole use out of it. Powerful handhelds, but battery runs much faster than the Steam Deck. I see. I don't know, I just never really, like I mean, I guess maybe it's just 'cause, like, I don't go out much, you know, like like, if I'm using the Steam Deck, like, out and about and, like, would I, like, go somewhere? Like, what is the situation where you're like I'm gonna use my Steam Deck. I'm not at home. I'm gonna game, and then like I'm gonna bring my Steam Deck with me. Like when in what? I guess you could play on like the commute. Like if you have like a train commute, I could see that. Definitely on planes. Like planes is like a no brainer for handheld consoles. But like you're not on planes that. I mean, most people aren't on planes like that often. I guess if you travel a lot, Steam Deck really good. Um, Cause like even like when I was at home, I liked playing Switch handheld because I would like go downstairs and I wouldn't be on my computer and I would play downstairs, right? And that kind of stuff is fun. And like there are games on Switch that you cannot play on PC. And then, but then now I'm like always really close to my PC. So like, because I live in an apartment, it's not like I'm not like wow I'm so far from my PC I cannot reach it. I gotta use my Steam Deck, you know. Um, it is nice to play on the sofa. I like that, but I don't know. Um, what marketing is saying, it's like an adult who participates in youth culture and activities that traditionally intended for children. Yeah, I think a lot of things have mass appeal though. Like it's like Pokemon, I think all ages can enjoy. And I think that kind of stuff is good. Um, for those long, unnecessary family trips, I don't have those. I only just go to Japan. And I do like having What did I do on the plane? I usually just watch movies on the plane. I don't. These days I don't even bring my Switch on the plane because there's not many games that I want to play on it. You played like Switch like 3 times handheld. I mean Switch 1 and 2 combined. Damn. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Like some people just don't really care about the handheld aspect of it. And some people really wanna. I've seen a lot of people like more like hardcore gamers who are like, oh, I just want like a more powerful only home console and not a handheld. But I really like the handheld aspect of the Switch, and I think a lot of people do. And it is a bit of a trade off, like to have both accessible. And I think having both accessible is really convenient. Um, we're going to a hotel today after the Attack on Titan concert. Oh, that's today, and it's a good occasion for it. That's true. That's true. But if you're just playing like here and there, you could also just play on your phone. I don't know. I'm very stingy with like buying tech stuff. I'm like, do I need it? I know a lot of people like tech stuff, which is understandable. But I hope you enjoyed the Attack on Titan concert. You have a favorite song? Do they play like the theme songs? I don't even remember like all the theme songs. I just remember that one. I only remember one of them. Um, you forgot to put Huta hat back to good time. Yeah, I'm gonna do it when I BRB. That'd be sick if they did that, made a more powerful, dedicated console that plays Switch. I know, just saying, people like you want that. But I think Switch was so massively successful because it had both, and it was like so convenient. Like I think it just appealed to such a broad audience, right? And I think a lot of people do play handheld. I guess if your touchscreen device can play games anyway, there's no need for a specific handheld. Yeah, like my iPad can do a lot. Like playing Genshin on the iPad, it looks really nice. And you can connect a controller too. It's good. You can play like Minecraft. I had Minecraft on my iPad. I had Balatro. Like it's great. Need a new rice cooker? Yeah, you should get one. We should go to Attack on Titan concert. Shishbi and Mikasa or Hanji cosplay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I want to go to the symphony hall in a Mikasa cosplay. Surrounded by oh my god, being in cosplay surrounded by weeps, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. Like I'd rather die. Also, I don't really remember. I think the Attack on Titan music is good. I just don't remember. I don't have a strong memory of it. In Wakamin Arcane, you only play side scrollers like Mega Man or Castlevania on the Switch. Use it solely for side scrollers. I mean, if you love side scrollers and that works for you, like, yeah, makes sense. Handheld mode is for weebs. You're a weeb. Okay. I'm just gonna BRB real quick. You guys can enjoy the Mallow Mart. You'll also be surrounded by weeb, but they won't attack you because they know you're one of them. Okay. Enjoy the Mallow Mart, the concert now. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Um, and welcome in, PL. I think controllers that make your phone look like a handheld, and they're not as expensive as I thought. Oh, I've seen those. I've seen those. Those are cool as well. Yeah, I was thinking about. I'm not like super happy with the controllers I have. Like, I used to be a hardcore defender of the DualShock 5, like the PS5 controller, but like I realized the one of my controllers, not this one, but the white one, the rubber on that's why I have these things on it. The rubber thing, dual sense, is it not dual shock? Oh, okay. Anyway, um, I thought it was called dual shock this whole time. Oh my god, I don't know where that came from then. But yeah, anyway, the rubber started peeling off, and I was like, oh, I guess I guess they're not as high quality as I thought they were because Um, I don't even use it that heavily or anything like that, so I don't know why that happened. Um, you realize Xbox controller is better. I don't like the Xbox controller because it's too big. I find it not ergonomic to hold. Same with the Procon. Um, I have like small hands, so like I feel like some of the controllers are really uncomfortable to hold for a long time. Um, Procon 2 is top one controller, so it doesn't have a D-pad issue. No, no D-pad issue, no drift. I mean, I guess you don't know about the drift yet, but because like the Procon 1 is so bad. Like Procon 1, top one worst controller in my opinion. Like I don't know how do they make a controller that like it's not even like oh like it's breaking after a long time use. Like I barely use it and it like doesn't even work. Like the D-pad, I don't know. Maybe you just got lucky with your D-pad because like you've seen me play Breath of the Wild, right? Like the D-pad works like only like 30 to 40% of the time. Like 90 like most of the time it misinputs the D-pad. But like I don't know if I just got really unlucky with mine. But yeah. But it's like mine's like brand new. Like I barely use it because it just came like that. And like the D-pad, but like that's pretty normal, right? For the D-pads to miss input, like they're not great. In Welcome in Red, DualShock Boomer controller. Did they used to be called DualShock? Is that why? Like was there like a DualShock 4 or was it always DualSense? Why would they change it just a little? It's the opposite for me for PS because the sticks feel too close together. Yeah, I think it's like there's a lot of ergonomics involved, right? It's more of like a personal preference. Because a lot of people really hate like the Switch Joy-Cons because they're like too small. But um, I mean, I guess to be fair, like if Switch is made for like children. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. Like the Switch 2, I was talking about the Switch 2 seems like it's more marketed towards like adults. The Switch 2 is noticeably larger. So if you were like a 10-year-old or like an 8-year-old, the Switch 2 is probably quite large and quite heavy, right? Um as someone who like the Switch 1, the weight I think is okay. Like would I play it for like 10 hours just holding it like this? Probably not, but like the weight is okay and like yeah, like I think the Joy-Cons probably are not too big for kids. But yeah, for obviously for adults, like the Switch to the larger size is like a plus, but like obviously for kids it's not. Like it might be too heavy for them, it might be too like um it might be uncomfortable to hold. But like it really does seem like Switch 2 is aiming for a more like older, more like a gamer audience. And while Switch 1 is like a very aimed towards like casual people, right? Like if you're not like a huge gamer, you're not gonna buy like the price of the console is gonna be like a big factor, right? Like you're not gonna unless you're like really rich. Um like if you're not like super super into gaming, you're not gonna buy like a $600 console, right? It'd be like, oh, the Switch Lite is like $200. Like, yeah, I'd easily buy that and play some Animal Crossing. Um but like unless you're super into gaming, you're not gonna spend like $600 on this, you know? Like you're like, oh, I love unless like no one's like, oh, I just casually play Mario Kart with my friends like once a month. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna buy a $600 console. It's like I don't know. It seems like I feel like I'm not in a I feel like I'm not in that demographic too, because I don't have any Nintendo nostalgia either. I'm not like I don't have any nostalgia towards any Nintendo games really, except Rhythm Heaven. If they make Rhythm Heaven, I'm ready. And I think they are making Rhythm Heaven. I forgot the news, but there's something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I still think the PlayStation 5 controller is my favorite. Um, but I'm open to other controllers. Like I'm like maybe it's still not perfect, cause especially because it started peeling. I was really annoyed that it started peeling. Um, but yeah, compared to like the Procon 1, they're the same price. And then you think about all the features that are on this controller. Like the Procon doesn't have anything, right? It just has like rumble, it has um motion control. But this one, it has like so many different things. Like it has like the adaptive trigger, it has a microphone, it has speakers. It has this like touchpad that like no one really cares about, but like still there, it's still a piece of technology in there. And it has all these things, while like the Procon has none of those things and it's the same price. It's like very Nintendo inflated price, I guess. You like Rhythm Heaven? I love Rhythm Heaven. If they, I think they're making one for Switch, right? So I'll definitely play it on Switch. Or is it already on Switch? I don't know. Maybe I'm just behind. Maybe I'm just behind. I don't know. I was playing it on DS. Um, you love the weight of the PS5 control? Yeah, it feels sturdy. Like it feels well made. Oh, except for the peeling rubber part. I was very disappointed in that. Um, but yeah, other than that, it's good. I have two of them because like my PS5 came with two. How do you feel about cloud gaming? Honestly, I've only tried it like once. I was playing I was playing Baldur's Gate on my iPad, and it was like it was so good. I was like, "Damn." It's like, firstly, you can do it for free. Like it's not like there's like a free tier of the Nvidia GeForce now. Um and yeah, it was really good. I thought it was great. You prefer Tifa gaming? True. I prefer Aerith gaming. Rhythm Heaven stream, when? Is it on Switch yet? They're releasing it, right? I can't. Let me look this up. Um, cause I saw some news about a Rhythm Heaven Switch. Games bring the Wii. True. Rhythm games are the worst. I actually really love rhythm games, but they're so weeby. Like I cannot participate. You summon Yoko right away. That's true. Yoko is the Beat Saber fan. And you see, for all games, I don't know about all games. I'm sure there's like games where like your reaction time is really important. You can't really have high ping. That's probably a bit of an issue, but yeah, I think cloud gaming is great because like you could play on a device that cannot necessarily run the game. Um, and it's just like, you know, it's a great game. It's a great service. I was like, damn, I'm playing Baldur's Gate on the iPad. Like that's cool. Um, Not just Beat Saber, rhythm games in general, but it's funny I don't like the Wii rhythm game. What? You don't play Osu with Hatsune Miku background? You're letting your people down. Rhythm Heaven Switch. Switch. When is it coming out? Launches in 2026? Wait, is it only on Switch 2 though? I'll be so sad. When is it coming out? It says in 2026. Is there like do they have a more release date or no? No, it just says 2026. Okay. Well, I will play it. I will play it when it comes out. Hell no. I mean, Osu's so weeby. They got Polyphia tracks on there. I mean, yeah, they probably have Polyphia tracks on every rhythm game, but like, I mean, I think Osu's really hard too, right? Like, it requires a lot of dexterity. I'm not that good. I like Rhythm Heaven, but or I like rhythm games, but I don't think I'm that good. I got Polyphia on Beat Saber. The Polyphia maps on Beat Saber are so hard. On Beat Saber, no, you've seen me play it, Chikano, no? Like you must have come to my Beat Saber streams and we must have tried it, but they were so hard. Oh my god. Um, Yeah, it's tough out there. There's still Alex is still at my window. Oh my god, he won't leave. He's making so much noise. Can you climb past already? Um, Beat Saber streams, plural? I think I streamed Beat Saber a few times, no? I don't remember. I think I did it more than once. I can't remember. It was like 2 years ago at this point. Or was it last year? I can't remember. But yeah. There's definitely polyphia maps on Beat Saber, but they're all very difficult. So I had a hard time. I think you shamed if I didn't play I think, yeah, maybe they were too hard. Cause like, imagine the type of map. Imagine the type of map of like 40 ounce. Like that's unless I can mime it like my boy Ichika, like I don't think I can do it. But there's a lot of I think there's a lot of metal songs as well. It's kind of fun. Um, it was like what? Okay, you remember it more than I do. Um, yeah, I guess I just didn't. I kind of stopped playing the VR games. It's also a little bit annoying to stream VR because like reading chat is like a thing, but I mean you could still look at it on the chat, but it's harder. Um, we should just stream DDR. I never played DDR. Actually no, I did play DDR one time with Key. It was like a knockoff DDR. I don't think it's exactly DDR. Um, and because we were both into rhythm games. Um, and I think we both did poorly. We both did really poorly. I think I remember that we both got a bad score. So we raced to the bottom. Um, wonder if Ichika knows people. No, he must know. There's no way he doesn't know, right? Like it's every video he's posted since then has been like flooded with comments and stuff. So like I think he must know. Like even if he can't read it, like I'm sure he has people who like read his comments or he's like translating them or whatever. I he must know. Regal DDR, the one with diagonal drive. Yeah, it was like a knockoff. It was like knockoff DDR. I can't remember what it was. You're a beast at In the Groove knockoff DDR game. Nice, nice. And I think I played DDR in an arcade where they had like K-pop songs as well. I think I remember this. There was like Dreamcatcher. I don't know if it was official DDR or not. Um, but yeah, I DDR is like really hard. I don't really get how it works. I think you just need to. I think it's one of those things. Same with Beat Saber. Like when you first start playing Beat Saber, it's so hard. And I'm like, how the hell do people do this? But you do get more used to it as you start playing. There's definitely a bit of like a learning curve to it. But yeah, Rhythm Heaven is just a great game. I think it's a fun time. Um, maybe I will stream it when it comes out on Switch. We'll see. Do I still remember how to stream from Twitch? We'll see. Um, you're a beast at. Oh, sorry, I just read that. I mean, I did play Just Dance a lot. Just Dance is a rhythm game. I guess it's not as like as strict as a rhythm game. I guess I would put Just Dance more in the sports game category or like a workout game category than but like dancing is inherently rhythm based, right? Like you need to be on beat. But it's not as like precise as like a traditional rhythm game. I remember when DDR was popular in the early 2000s. Yeah, I don't think I was really. I don't remember arcades ever being popular. Cause like when I grew up, like home consoles were already a thing. So like I don't think arcades were that popular. Arcades are popular in Japan. Cause it's just like a better deal. There's like a better deal in Japan. Um, but like I did play. I do like a good Taekwondo Tatsujin in Japan, but um, I was never like I was never like familiar with arcade games. Like I was like I think I just need like a couple of them. But I'm not like oh like remember this game that you play on the arcade or whatever. Yeah. I was never. I was never. I mean, I wasn't even like a gamer growing up. You know, as you guys know. You guys know I had a Wii, but we only had we only had two games, and one of them And one of them was Wii Sports, and that comes with the console. So my mom, I guess, was like, "I'll buy you a Wii, but the games are too expensive, so you cannot have them." Um, so yeah, I just had Just Dance. I had Just Dance 2, which was my favorite. I loved that one. I didn't even have Mario Kart. Didn't have Mario Kart. Didn't have whatever other games were on the Switch. Mario Party, Wii Sports Resort. My cousin had so many games. He had like Wii Sports Resort. He had Smash Brothers. He had yeah, he had a lot of things. He had Guitar Hero. So I always just play games at his house because they had more games. And I was just like stuck with my Wii Sports, you know. Um, so I just never got into it. But Wii Sports is a great one. There's only so much Wii Sports you can play, you know. And I did play a lot of Just Dance. There was like this there was a song we would always play Toxic. The song, but it wasn't like the Britney Spears Toxic because like I guess they couldn't get the rights to Britney Spears Toxic, so it was like Britney Spears like cover. It was like a Britney Spears cover by like some random woman. And then like it would just be like the dance to Toxic. It's iconic. It's iconic. And I think um in the recent Just Dance games they have the actual one now with Britney Spears, but they had the original dance. But now Ubisoft can afford licensing Britney Spears for real. So that's good. That's good. And I still have my Wii U that Chicano gave me. So like I would love to play. I keep saying this and I haven't gotten around to buying it, but I would love to play Guitar Hero. I think. I guess you have to. I think people were telling me that you can buy like third party Guitar Hero guitars now. Maybe I can get like a nice cute Guitar Hero guitar and play some play some Guitar Hero. That'd be fun. Um, we started off with the Nintendo 64, Sega Dreamcast. Are these all three? All these all different things? There's a lot of things. You must have been rich, man. Sega Dreamcast, Game Boy Color, PS1. I see. Seems like 4 consoles. Ouija rolls up, both 300 Wiimote drop. I only I don't, I actually I'm a bowling hater. I know this is an unpopular opinion because when Switch Sports came out, everyone was super into bowling. I'm a bowling hater. Bowling sucks. I'm not a fan of that one. Um, so yeah, I don't think I did that because I didn't take the time to get good. And welcome in Kuki, reading all today. But yeah, when Switch Sports, you guys know I've actually played. If you weren't here, like when Switch Sports came out in like 2022 or something like that, I played a lot of Switch Sports on stream, and I had a great time with it. It was so fun. We were climbing the rank ladder in Chambra, um, and playing soccer with the randoms. Uh, it was a fun time. It got old kind of quick, but it was fun. I like Switch Sports, but I hated bowling. What about bowling IRL? I don't like bowling IRL. The ball is too heavy. You have to wear gross shoes. Although apparently they're kind of doing away with bowling shoes now. Like they don't force you to buy bowling shoes or like rent bowling shoes anymore. Um and yeah, I don't really find bowling that entertaining. I'm just I you have to pick up a gross heavy ball and like it has those weird finger holes that are like surely really disgusting. Like like I don't even know what is in there. Like the whole process, it just I think it's gross. And you have to wear like someone's used shoes, like shoes that like a bunch of people have worn already, like and then you throw this ball, it's like really heavy, and then I just don't find it that enjoyable. A lot of condos, not a lot, but like quite a few condos recently, um, have bowling alleys in the condo. I'm like, who needs that? Like legitimately, surely, as someone like my previous condo had a lot of amenities, 90% of them, no one used them. Like legitimately, people did not use these things. Like people love the gym, and people love like if there's like a basketball court kind of thing. People love that. They play like pickleball or whatever. Um, and like that's cool. Um, but like a lot of them, I'm like people are not going to use this. Like, it, surely like the bowling alley, especially if you pay to use it. Like Not many. I think it's not gonna be used most of the time, and you're gonna be paying like some maintenance fee for like this maintaining this like stupid bowling alley that no one needs. The good bowling alleys clean the balls. I mean, I'd hope so, but I feel like it's still gross. I don't know. I'm a bit of a clean freak. Bowling alleys in a condo. See, I know, and there's also condos with like the simulated the golf. Yeah, the golf simulator. They have that too. Some condos have a golf simulator. I'm like, how often do people? I guess if you're really into golf and you have like a golf simulator like in your condo, I guess that's nice. But like, I feel like I personally would not use it more than more than like a few like once or twice. When my birthday came, my parents bought me a Pikachu edition N64. You still have it? Nice. Golf simulator is way better than bowling. You should have it. Well, you can apparently in Vancouver. You're way too Cuban to understand that. It's like a room where there's like a screen, and the screen is on like a cloth kind of thing. It's like a projector onto this like cloth screen, and then you hit golf balls against the screen, and then it like it by judging by the trajectory in which you hit the screen, it will like simulate the ball like going. So it's like Wii Sports Golf, but like more advanced. Like you're actually hitting the ball. If that makes sense. Um, yeah, it's a very like fancy thing. My friend, one of my high school friends was apparently really rich. And so when they moved house, her dad is super into golf and they had that in their house. So it was kind of fun. Like I'm like, damn, it's like really extra, but like it is fun. We'd have sleepovers down there in the golf simulator room. But we wouldn't really play golf in there because we didn't care. Um, did the scenery change? Where did the piano come from? Yes, I moved a couple of weeks ago. That's why. So I got a piano since I have space for a piano now. I post on Discord. You can post it wherever. We're not strict about it. Those are not cheap. Yeah, they were rich, which I didn't know. Which is like, I guess a good thing. Like they weren't like snobby rich or anything like that. They didn't treat like they didn't like live differently or anything like that. They just got a nice house and then like they weren't like really like frugal or something anything like that. But the fact that I didn't even like know they were rich probably says a lot. Um, and my friend was chill. Prettiest piano I've seen in a while. You'll get over it. Maybe you should get the same one. Cause like this one, my brother, this is the FP30X, right? But my brother has the FP10X, and it's a lot cheaper. But I think you can also get it in white. It's like the same piano, just it's the same action. But it just has like worse speakers and like no Bluetooth. So there is like it's not like a uh unreasonable. Apparently it has like when I was researching it, people are saying it feels the most like a real piano, especially at that price. Um Unless you go for like a $5,000 piano, like it's probably the best one. And people seem to be in agreement about it, which is rare. But yeah, it's a golf simulator. You can have a house with a golf simulator. And my Pilates my Pilates instructor, her husband bought a condo that has a bowling alley in it. I was like, "Have you ever used that?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "What a waste." She got a baby grand, right, because those are so cheap. Yeah, some of the pianos are so expensive. And I was like trying out the pianos at the store, right, as you do. And yeah, like definitely if you try playing like the really expensive ones, you're like, "Oh, okay, obviously these are nicer. I should not have touched that." I've already forgotten though. I put it out of my mind. This one feels fine. It would be my first time having a Roland. Yeah, yeah. But people online say this is the best one. And like, if people online are in agreement, like that's a rare occasion. Wonder if there's any noticeable difference other than a wind up timer as a metronome. Yeah. Difference between what? Like between yours or like between the 10 and the 30? That metronome is super annoying. I'm just gonna use a metronome on my phone or something. Um, I went home last weekend and I got my scale book. And I was like, "Oh, it's actually that's nostalgic for me." Like, I was like, "That's very, very nostalgic for me." Like this scale book, it has every scale in it. I'm like, "Oh, that's my childhood," you know? Like, I had to play every scale in this book. Layout, like everything on top of it. Oh, like between the one you have now or between the FP10 and the FP30? Um, yeah, I don't know. I think the one I have, it probably has more features. If I had to guess. But the feel of playing is the same. Someone tried to steal what? Someone tried to steal the grand piano from the hospital I used to work at. Staff was helping them thinking they were repair tech. Wait, so they were just being like really like they were just like acting like they belong. So they like almost stole a piano. That's crazy. Um, that is, I guess that is one hell of a heist. Um, and like who would try and steal a piano? That's crazy. From a hospital too. Like what? Why are you stealing it from the hospital? Um, I seen a video that you can enter almost everywhere if you come carrying a ladder. Yeah, like if you just wear high vis and a ladder. I mean, yeah, most people won't question it. It is true. Like, I mean, it depends what you're doing. I don't know. Like honestly though, like I think most places like if I worked at like a movie theater or something, like I probably wouldn't care. Like if people were like sneaking in. Like, does that affect me? No. Like sneak in all you want. Like who cares? I don't think I would really mind. Unless they were like stealing. Like if they were like stealing stuff from people. Then I think I still would mind. Or I guess stealing a piano. Like I guess you shouldn't do that. Um yeah, I would love to have an acoustic piano at some point, but I live in an apartment right now, so piano will have to do. In Welcome in Law, Miji would let us smuggle in our own snack. Yeah, I don't understand the movie theater employees that like care if you're bringing snacks. I'm like, does it affect you? Like, I mean, I guess like if you make a mess, it affects you. But if I bring in my snacks and I clean up after myself, like, what's the problem? No problem here. What would they steal from the place? I don't know. I mean, you could steal anything. I don't know. But usually when I see people like breaking into places, it's like a theme park or something like that, you know? Yeah, so I would from a movie theater, I don't think there's much to steal. Like, I think this you're just stealing, like, watching a movie, I guess. It's not really stealing, like, it doesn't affect anyone. You're not, like, taking anything away. I think the snack girls because of that's where movies make their money and cover the cost of showing the movie. Yeah, I mean, I understand why it's there. I don't understand why, like, the minimum wage employee at the door cares. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't if I was that employee. Yeah, like, obviously the company cares. I'm just saying, like, the guy at the door, like, the teenager who's, like, checking your ticket, like, I don't think 99% of the time, they do not care. But some people do, and I'm like, "Really? You don't get paid enough for, like, for this," like, don't let the company, like, you don't need to be doing that for, Cineplex, I don't know if you guys have Cineplex, but, like, you don't need to be doing that, like, let me bring in my snack. Although I've heard, like, people say online, like, were you a family who, like, when you go to the restaurant, do you order drinks? Do you order appetizers? Do you order dessert? Um, and then, like or if you're the family that only has water and, like, just the entrée. Because I was definitely water and entrée family. But apparently there's families where, like, everyone gets a drink, everyone gets an appetizer, everyone gets a dessert. I'm like, "That's crazy. Crazy behavior." I can understand a drink. But everyone getting appetizer and dessert? That's crazy. Especially with the portion sizes here. Maybe sharing appetizer, I could see that. I'll give you one of my Snickers if you let me. Exactly, I'd be down. There's always one person who act like they own the I know, right? I'm like, "Does it really matter?" Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't worked many retail jobs, I just worked at Starbucks um, when I was, like, in high school, and, like, none of us like, unless the manager was there, like, none of us cared. Like, we're just like, "Yeah, like, make your own drink." Like take whatever not like take whatever, but like, like you're we're allowed to have technically you're allowed like one drink per shift or whatever, but like no one cares. Like Starbucks does not care, right? Like and most of the time like they waste more drinks than that, right? So it like doesn't really matter. But if one of my coworkers was like, excuse me, you're only allowed one drink per shift, that's stealing from Starbucks, I'd be like, really? Starbucks does not pay us enough for you to be defending it, licking their boots like that. Like, come on. Like, I think they're a little too self-righteous. Um, Cineplex here in the States, we have AMC. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah. You know what I mean. Talking about the future assistant manager. True. Um, but yeah, yeah, Starbucks, I did not like my manager. She was nice, but, like, she was, like, really disrespectful of our time, like, um, she was, like, I don't know, like, she would give people too many hours, like, people would be like, "Oh, I can't have this many hours 'cause I'm going to school right now, and, like, I don't only have time to work, like, 8 hours this week." And then she would be like, "I understand, like, she's kind of in a tough position because like, probably there's not enough staff." But then she would, like, book people for, like, 20 hours a week. I'm like, "That's too much." Like, that is too much, like, I cannot work that much. Um, and then, like, she was, like, feeling really stressed out, so I was like, "Oh, like, is there anything we could do to help or whatever?" And she was like, "Yeah, you can quit school." Like, she was joking, but I was like, okay." I feel like she's, like, slightly not joking. Like, I was like, okay." I think all of us, like we're not like, we're kind of focused. I think it's understandable for us to be like putting school before our job at Starbucks, right? Like it's like I think should be understanding of that. Um, and layout has nothing to do with what I was referring to. Oh, maybe like the features. Um, Everything is shades of gray. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. Um, I don't know what you're referring to. Um, yeah, it's oh, I this is completely off topic, but I was Ricky and I were talking about Genshin speedruns, and people have been speedrunning Varka leave work percent. Like they've been it's like you start at his desk and then you like run out the door. And like I think it's just like a joke, but like maybe you can participate in that since you have Varka. It's like leave work percent or like leave work and drink percent. So like I think you speed run to the bar. So I think you have been doing that. And it's kind of funny. I'm like that's valid. I said what a great speed run. All right, don't we all do that every day at work? Speed run leave work percent. Um yeah, it's a fun time. Catherine from Cat. They still do that. I saw that on the speed runs. And then when I was thinking about it, I realized like a lot of people do there is a large community of Genshin speedrunners, but it's not in the speedrun.com sense of speedruns. Um like a lot of players they will speedrun the combat. But that's kind of like a whale activity. It's like you gotta have like the C6 characters, but it's kind of cool. Like they do like specific setups where it's like they kill the enemies. They'll like kill Abyss floor in like one hit. Because they do some like intricate setup. And like very specific some characters, they even though they're not like the strongest characters, they're like the best ones for speedrunning, for example. Like Mualani. And welcome in Minnie. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, it's very interesting. Those people with a lot of money on their heads. Yeah, the thing with the Genshin speedruns, it's like pay to win. Did you do Varka's quest? No, I don't do story quests, man. I stopped doing those story unless they forced me to do it, cause like I wouldn't have done Lantern Right if I knew it was the buy story quest. I felt a bit scammed into that. I keep getting scammed. I should start checking everything to be like, is it a real quest or is it a story quest? The speedrun a dungeon. Yeah, it's like a combat challenge in Genshin. But since Genshin is a gacha game, it's like the fastest way to do it is to spend money. To spend money to pull like many copies of the strongest character and the strongest weapon or whatever. Um, so it's really for people who spend a lot of money on Genshin. Um, but they seem to have fun with it. They can have their own fun. I will not be partaking. Um, yes, a lot. You really enjoyed it. Genshin has no chance to make a better character made for me. I'm glad you love him. I'm sure it's enjoyable. There's just so many story quests, and not all of them are enjoyable, in my opinion. And there's already like a lot of quests. And I barely have time to finish the Archon quest along with a bunch of other stuff. Along with like all the combat and the events and stuff. Have you thought about getting Varka? I'm not getting Varka. I didn't. Well, I thought about it and decided no. Not that I wasn't really considering getting him. Even though he's great. He's great. He's a fun guy. You're thinking on 95 Razor. No longer thinking it. Oh, like level 95. I was like, what is 95 Razor? Say that Primo's for Llama. I'm not getting Llama. I'm sorry. I hate Llama. No, she's nice. I like her. She's nice, but like I cannot stand by her. You know, Millennial Razor. Yeah, you know that guy. I was very confused by that, but I get it. I get it. Level 95. Um, yeah, I was also. I think I'm gonna buy. I think I'm gonna buy Inzoi, and I'm gonna have faith in them because they say the price will go up after it's out of early access, so it's better to just get it now. Um, so I'm gonna try it out, and then I can really push my PC to the limits because that game has some high specs that it needs. Because like my old computer was like barely at the minimum. Um, so my new computer should be just fine. Especially it's very CPU intensive. And I'm very curious about like it's like a life sim game. Inzoi. It's like a life sim game, and you can like create anything. Pretty much like there's like a 3D printer, and you could like create anything in the game, which is I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I'm not very artistic. I'm not very artistic, so maybe that's not for me. But I am on a big interior decorating arc right now. Because like I just moved house. I've been watching a lot of interior decorating content, so maybe I'll just take up some house building in Inzoi. Because people are saying like the game itself is quite like soulless. Like in the gameplay, in terms of like the life sim aspect of it, it's quite soulless. But like I'm not really a person that plays the life sim aspect of it. I like building. Um, that's pretty much it. I like building and I like decorating. So it should be fine. Did I release and it got boring kind of fast, but I guess it's improved since then. I think people are saying the life sim aspect is still not great. But I'm someone who like never plays Sims live mode. Like I played it for stream. Cause just because it's like that's like the content that's fun for stream, but that was like I really don't do that. I've spent like 90% of my time in build mode in Sims. So I think Enjoy could be good for that. But we'll see. I'll try the live mode for sure. And yeah, it would be kind of funny because like The Sims was kind of ridiculous to stream, right? Like we were like I kept making my character stinky. It was a whole thing. Um but like Sims was fun for that. It's great. It's great content, don't get me wrong. Um I don't know if Inzoi has that, but maybe we put a bunch of K-pop idols in the game because apparently there's a lot of K-pop idols you can put in the game. Put them all in the game and then have weird interactions with them. Could be fun. Um, Yeah, it's well, I'll have to see what the live mode is like, but I'm excited to build. I'm excited to build some houses and stuff. Kimmy was oh yeah, you can like become a K-pop idol too. That would be funny. I think we should maybe we should try that on stream. Yeah. I think my computer could finally be pushed to its limits instead of just playing TFT all the time. Cuz TFT is like the most like it's a mobile game. It runs on my phone, you know? Like it's not exactly pushing my computer to the limits. Um and also, yeah, TFT is very like if it's struggling, it's just because of the way it's coded. It's like really coded badly. Not bad it's not badly. It's like because the game is so old. Like the League client is like really old and it's like barely held together with like duct tape. A lot of people are out of key drink practice. There was this one guy next to her who wouldn't hit a single note. Hey, but that's accurate, Ricky. If that guy is hot, they're like, you're in. You know? That seems realistic to me. They're like, hey, you could be the main vocal at Twice. I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's hard to listen to, huh? I wouldn't love that. I was watching a bunch of singing videos yesterday. I'm trying to find some new songs for my singing lesson because we're kind of in between songs right now, so I'm trying to figure some stuff out. So I've been looking at different songs, and then I was watching. Okay, okay, enjoy your breakfast, Ricky. I was looking at different songs, and and like, I, there's a singer. You guys know I'm like really into like vocals and stuff like that. And there's a singer called Dimash who's like quite famous, or quite viral, I guess, on online. And he's like insanely like one of a kind singer. Like he's very very like he has a crazy range, like probably one of the biggest ranges in the world. Um and like he's like a very technically proficient singer, but he's just like all his songs, he just like they're like he just like shows off, right? Like I guess if you have that voice and you have that capability and like really no one else can do it, like I guess just show off. Like why not? Yeah, it's definitely very it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. So it makes me appreciate some good vocals. And I was watching, you know, I've been learning classical music, so I was watching a lot of classical singers, and yeah, they're very talented as well. If I could be like 1% at their level, then that would be great. But it's like classical singing is like a whole different thing, right? Like just because um the main like aspect of classical singing is like they don't use microphones, right? Like you would go to if you go to opera, none of the singers use microphones. And there's a whole orchestra there and they have to sing over the whole orchestra and project their voice without a microphone. And that's like the main like technical aspect of that and that's crazy. But I'm like, imagine if you were practicing that at home. Like if you're an opera singer and you were singing loud enough to be heard in a whole theater over an orchestra and you're like practicing that at home, like that's crazy. Like that'd be so loud. I don't know how loud it is in real life. Um, but like I think that'd be crazy. And my neighbors would definitely hate me. Although I was like I do sing kind of loud. But probably not anywhere near that level. Not quite there yet. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be there, but it's definitely a whole different world. Um, and definitely definitely I'm not. I feel like the reasons I like K-pop and the reasons I like other genres and stuff like that is very different. Even like metal. Is I was sharing some of the like there's like this band called Nevermore and like they have like a new lead singer and stuff like that. But yeah, even like a lot of times I don't know if this is across the board. I don't listen to like a lot of different metal artists, but like the ones that I've heard, they all have really great vocals and they do have to like project like very very powerful vocals and obviously like not like destroy their voice. And some of them do like like screaming and stuff like that. I have no idea how you do that, but I guess you have to figure out some way to do it without absolutely wrecking your voice. Because if you sing professionally for like a living, then you gotta do it in a way that's not like harmful in the long term. Um, yeah, it's a lot of different stuff out there. Yeah, I finally also as a TFT update. Um, I I like a week no, not a week ago, but like earlier this week I hit plat 2 and I was gonna share it. I was gonna share it on the Discord, but then like immediately after that I lost like 6 games in a row and I was like back on plat 4 and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I didn't need to share that because I immediately lost it again." But I'm back in plat 2. Um and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. And I was like I've been like considering getting, like, a coach, like a VOD review, from one of the coaches online, and for some reason, every time I record one of my games, I win. So I'm like, "I guess I should just start recording every game," like, I don't know, cause like, I was like, "Oh, let me record my game so, like, I can get some" if I wanted to pay for some coaching, then I could get some feedback, on a game, and, like, you probably wanna I don't know what they're looking for, but, like, surely they want a game where, like, you didn't go first. Cause like, if I just got, like, really lucky and went first, like, that's probably not, like, the best one to get feedback on, so I was like, "Oh, like, let me just start recording," but then for some reason, every time I record, I do really well, like, I just get, like, really lucky or something, or maybe I'm just, like, more locked in. Like, maybe what I've learned is that I should stop watching YouTube videos on the side while I play TFT, like, maybe I should just, like, focus only on the game, and then maybe I'll do a lot better. Maybe that's the correlation. Yeah, I recorded a bunch of games and I did really well in them, so I was like, "I guess there's no point in getting a review on this." Yeah, the some of the prices of the coachings are crazy, like, there's some obviously many coaches who are just like $20, like $20, $50, um, but the guy, um some people, they're like, you pay, like, $500. Like, you pay, like, $500 to get, like, which I understand is because, like, they're really popular, and they have to set their prices that high, otherwise, like, everyone would sign up, um, and they probably get enough clients even with that price, but I'm like, "That's a crazy price." Like, imagine you wanna be you wanna be better at a video game so badly, like, I guess or maybe they're just really rich, that's also possible. They're just so rich that, um they're so rich that, like, it doesn't matter. They're like, "Oh, $50, $100, $500, same thing." Like, that's crazy. 500 I know, like, for a TFT VOD review. I'm like, "Is that necessary?" Like, maybe, I guess, if you're, like, really good. Like, if you're, like, really close to the top, there's probably not that many people who can coach you. But, like, I guess it's understandable. But even, like, I don't know, there's a lot of people who are, like, grandmaster, right? Like, a lot of people are grandmaster in the world, right? Um, so, like, you can even like, those people, a lot of them are not famous, like, you could just they'll charge, like, 20, $50, for a coach for coaching, so I'm like, I don't really get it. But then I feel like I don't know, I feel like, is that too try-hardy to pay for coaching? Like, I'm not gonna pay $500, but, like, if I paid, like, $20 or, like, $30 for coaching, like, is that, like, really pathetic, or is that just, like, I'm just I'm just being resourceful, you know? 'Cause, like, I think a lot of times I just have a lot of questions that are not necessarily I cannot just Google the answer too easily. So, like, I guess maybe having a coach would be nice, but then I'm like, "That's weird." Is that like it's, like, so try-hardy. Has anyone ever paid for video game coaching? 'Cause it is a thing, like, in competitive games. Like, I know it is a thing in League of Legends, and I'm sure it's a thing in, like, I don't know, like, Fortnite? I don't know, is that a thing? I'm sure there's, like, Counter Strike coaches or whatever. Um, yeah, it's definitely something I was considering if it's not, like, too expensive. But maybe once I really hit a wall, I'm, like, really not improving, I really hit a wall, then it might be worth just to do, like, a little check-in, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, speaking of $500, I shared this in the Discord earlier this week, but I finally got my sofa delivered. It was super delayed. It was supposed to come like before I moved in. So like a month ago. And Ratsy, thanks for the 19 months, almost 2 years. It's like a year and a half, yeah. Yeah, welcome in. I was just sharing the story about my sofa. Yeah, so a couple of things happened when my sofa arrived. One, the box was so big, they couldn't get it into the house. Like it fit in the elevator and but like through my front door, there was like a little like the kitchen counter is like near the front door, so they couldn't like turn it to get it to fit through the front door because like the counter was in the way. And they were trying and trying and like breaking the box, trying to shove it in. And it like wouldn't go in. And I was like, "Oh shoot, like I really should have checked this. Like I'm stupid." I just thought it would come in like smaller pieces because it was like a ridiculously large box. Um, but like they were like, "Oh, like, this is not gonna fit in the house," and I was like, "Oh, can you take it out of the box? It would probably fit if you took it out of the box," and they were like, "Oh, well, um, like, we're only, like, paid to, like, just bring it into the room, so, we cannot unbox it for you," and I was like, "Okay, well, can you reschedule it? Because, like, if you leave it in the hallway, yeah, I could unbox it, but I don't know if I could bring the sofa in the house myself, cause like, it's not 'cause of the way the door is shaped, I wouldn't be able to just drag it in, 'cause I can drag my sofa, no problem. But I think I would have to, like, lift it up and pivot it to get it in. Did they pivot? Yeah, they pivoted it. Yeah, they know the tech. They know the tech. They weren't, like, doing anything wrong. It just legitimately wouldn't fit. Um but yeah, the way even out of the box, you would have to, like, lift it up and pivot it a bit, and I was like, "I cannot do that, like, on my own, like, can I lift, like, a full sectional sofa? No." Um, so yeah, they were like, "Oh, so, like, if you reschedule it, you have to pay, like, you have to pay for the fee." And I was like, "Oh, I guess that's fine, cause like, I cannot" like, I was like, "I'm sorry, like, I can't have it left here today because, like, I can't bring it in, like, I can't lift it up by myself." And then they were, like, talking amongst themselves, and then they were like, "You know what? It's okay. We don't want you to have to pay the fee, so we'll just take it out of the box. We'll just do it in secret, don't tell anyone, but we'll do that for you." And I was like, "Oh, thank God." So luckily, they were, like, so nice and they, like, did that. They took it out of the box and then they lifted it through the door. It still had to be, like, lifted and pivoted through the door like I thought. Um and so, like, they were like they put their backs into it, like, they were, like, sweating, getting it in. So, like yeah, so they brought it all the way into the room and, like, took it out of the box. I was so grateful. I was like, "Thank God," 'cause, like, I think if I had to pay for the redelivery fee, it would have been, like, $100+, um, to get it scheduled a different day, right? Um, so I was like that was, like, super nice of them, and and then when I unboxed it that day, it had a stain on it. There was, like, a couple, like honestly, they were, like, pretty small stains, they were, like, no like, there was one that was, like, quite noticeable, I guess. It was on the corner, though. Um, but yeah, I was like, "Well, it's worth a shot." So I sent a picture of it to the customer service because I was like, "Well, you may as well complain, right?" Like, you might get something out of it. I was like, "You know what? 'Cause the sofa was delayed, they gave me, like, a $50 store credit, right? And I was like, "Oh, they might give me a $50 store credit again," right? I was like, "You know what? It's worth trying." So like, was talking to the chat person, I was like, "Oh, there's a little stain here. Um, like, what can be done about it?" Like and then they were like, "Oh, do you want us to send you a new sofa, or would you like just a partial refund?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll just take the partial refund, cause like, because it was a big hassle to get the sofa inside. I don't want to do that again." And then they were like, "Okay, we'll give you a partial refund of $560." I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's a crazy amount for like just like a bit of a stain." Like I feel like I would expect that amount if something was like broken. Um, but they were like, "Yeah, like we'll give you $500 plus tax." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." Yeah, so I got a nice $500 discount on my sofa, which is crazy. I guess GG's to that customer service. I've heard, like, very mixed things about the customer service from this brand. Um, But you know what? After that, wholeheartedly, GG's article. They did a they did a great customer service. I was not expecting. I really was expecting like $100 store credit or something, but like no, $500 in cash. It's not even store credit. Um, so I was very happy about that. I felt like I I like had a lot of good luck that day. You know, the delivery drivers were willing to break the rules to deliver my sofa, and I got a nice refund from it. So you know, kind of winning. Um, but yeah, and also I I removed the stain. It was like it came off really easily. Uh, so now it's completely stain-free sofa, $500 off. So, you know, very happy about that. Um, yeah, maybe. So, pro tip. If you receive something and it has a bit of damage on it or something like that, um, you should complain. Always complain. Remove the stain. I know, it just came right off. Um, because my mattress got a bit stained during the move, so my mom was like, "Oh, you should remove it with the carpet cleaner solution." So I was gonna do that anyway to the mattress, which I was able to do really easily as well. And then I was like, "Oh, well, I should try just using that on the sofa as well," and I did, and just it's gone. And firstly, it wasn't even noticeable at all because like once you put the cushions on the sofa, it was kind of like covered it, so you couldn't see it. So yeah, it wasn't a problem at all. So I will take it. It was basically free $500. Now I can spend that on other interior decorations. Um, I still need a rug, and you know how expensive rugs are. Rugs are so expensive. I need a rug. I need a coffee table. I need lamps. It's a bit dark. I don't know why. In a lot of condos, like for some reason, like there's lights. Like this room. Oh, sorry, I punched it. This room has a light, but like in the living room, for some reason, like they don't have lights. I guess just because like they expect you to put your own lights in or something. Um, but yeah, I need a couple lamps too. What I've learned from interior decorating, pro tip, have multiple light sources. If you have a room with just an overhead light, it will look a lot better if you just put in like one extra lamp or two extra lamps. Having multiple sources of light really like softens the room, makes it more cozy, makes it look nicer. So if you have a room with just one light on the ceiling or like one light on the wall, try getting like another lamp. It doesn't have to be expensive, just like an IKEA lamp or something. It will look infinitely nicer. What if I'm more used to accepting than complaining? I think it depends on the situation. Um, if you bought something from a big company and there's a small if there's an issue with it, small or big, I think it's worth bringing it up because, like I said, you might get $500 back. You never know. Um, and also if it's like bad to the point where it's like affecting the usability of the item, um, then I think you should definitely complain and either get a refund or get a new one, something like that. You should definitely. I think it's you paid for it, right? Like you whatever the thing you ordered, like you paid for it and you paid for one that's not damaged, right? Um, so I think it's completely within your right to complain. Obviously there's points where you shouldn't complain unreasonably, but I think it's completely reasonable. Speaking of furniture, interior decorating, your piano bench looks very clean. Thank you, thank you. I don't like the top of this. I just realized like the top of the legs of the piano bench are like not white. Maybe I should paint them. Cause I raised it up because I'm like, it's like a more ergonomic height to be raised up. I'm glad I got an adjustable one too, because I almost didn't get an adjustable one, but everyone's like, "Get an adjustable one, get an adjustable one." So I did, and actually, it's it's important because your hands need to be at the right angle at the piano, otherwise it's uncomfortable. But yeah, I got this white one from Amazon. It's actually very cheap. It's very cheaply made because like on the inside like it has the storage, right? Um, and then the bottom of it is like it's like a piece of cardboard. Like the base here, like inside, it's literally like a piece of cardboard. I'm like, okay, so it's a little cheaply made, but you know what? It's fine. Um, it's fine because like the actual like expensive one from this brand, the piano brand, was $350. I was like, $350 for a bench that like lifts up and lifts down, like that's a little expensive. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a cheap one from Amazon and see what happens. And this cheap one from Amazon, it works. It's not like the best inside, but it works for now. Maybe it'll eventually stop working, but and then I'll be like, oh, I should have got the expensive one, but whatever. So many piano benches I've adjusted, only a third of them worked correctly. The majority was always messed up. I know there's like a lot of them where like it has like the X, like where it goes like this. You know what I mean? I feel like that one probably can. It's like more simple of a mechanism, you know. But yeah, I maybe this one will break eventually because it's like some random no name Amazon brand. But yeah, I never had an adjustable piano bench growing up. I don't know what I did when I was a kid. I think I just like played like that. Um, how much was this one? It was like 100. Which is still like not that cheap, but it was way cheaper than the 300 something dollar one. So hopefully it's okay. That's not one of the. No, you like spin this. There's like the knob, and then you spin it, and it like lifts up and lifts down. It has like four. It has four legs like this. Um, which is probably more prone to failure than that's what I'm saying. It's probably more prone to breaking than the X one. So we'll see. Um, yeah, it's sometimes yeah, sometimes when you cheap out, you regret it, but I don't know. I just thought 300 something dollars, like almost $400 for a piano bench was a little ridiculous. So I was like, that's really expensive. Just for like a bench. Like it's not even like a ergonomic chair, you know? Like it's like it's just a bench. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. Like I could buy this one 3 times, you know, for the same price. Misunderstanding then because those also have an X mechanism behind that. Oh yeah, yeah, it does, yeah. But I just mean like you know the ones where the legs are like this, and then they like lock in at a certain point, and then you could like make them higher like this, and then it locks in there. It's not quite like that because this one it's not like locking in. It's like I'm not sure what mechanism lifts it up, but it's not that. But I guess they're both X's. It's probably similar. Don't think I've seen a lot of those. I think it just looks a bit nicer than the and they're a bit more steady because I know the ones like the piano stand can also be on that, the X one, and but they're always a bit shaky, which I'm not a big fan of. Um, but yeah, it's what's I gonna say? I had something to say. The X legs one, it's more common. Like you see it in like a drum, like other instruments, like more like non-classical environments. Because they're like I think they're just cheaper. And I think you see them more with like if you were like a keyboardist and like a band. I feel like that would be like more common than like a wood one, right? Because like your keyboard wouldn't be on like a wood stand. I think it's more common in that situation, but obviously my situation is not that situation. I have something to say. I cannot remember. Whatever. It must have not been important. At least it's been in my school, but all of them messed up. Oh no, okay, it's not a good omen for mine. We'll see. If this one breaks, I'll go with the expensive one, okay? But like it's just that's so much money. I just could not justify that price. Could buy a whole Switch 1 with that price, you know? Like it's crazy. I think some things is good to get high quality, you know? Like some things are very important to get high quality. You shouldn't cheap out on like your insurance. You shouldn't cheap out on your insurance. You shouldn't cheap out on like your mattress. No, some things are very important. But piano bench, I feel like it's okay. If it's not the best piano bench in the world, I think it's okay. If it breaks, I will learn my lesson. But it seems to be okay for now. The annoying thing about this one when it arrived, it was like packaged in styrofoam, right? But the styrofoam like fell apart. It was like crumbled. And then so like it was covered in styrofoam, and you know how clingy styrofoam is, right? Like it was like I'm still finding styrofoam stuck to this thing. Like like the little like pebbles of styrofoam. Oh, it's so annoying. I really tried to clean it all up, and it's like it's like it just like sticks to it. You're not a primary slash middle school student that won't break. Yeah, I guess I won't be like jumping on it or like doing weird stuff. Um, Luckily. I also have a white sofa, so luckily I don't have kids or pets. I heard that's real tough. Um, it's a whole different decorating style if you have like a small child. So I can just have whatever I want. Yeah, hopefully I'm more careful than with my stuff than a primary school student. I don't think I broke a lot of stuff though when I was a kid. I think I was a pretty responsible child, I would say. As responsible as a child can be. Um yeah. I haven't been practicing piano that much. I think I still need to do my scales, I think. Like I really notice how sloppy my hands are when I have like scale stuff. But I've been practicing my singing a lot because I'm trying to figure out some new songs. Um there's a lot. I'm not very well versed in like classical music in terms of like singing, like opera. Um so it's a I'm just trying to like look stuff up. Um Also like I asked for like I was asking my singing teacher, I was like, "Oh, like, where should we go from here? Like, where do you think is, like, the best next step in our, like, singing lessons and stuff like that? And, like, what songs should we do? Should we move on to a different song or whatever?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll come up with, like, a list of, like, technical skills, and I'll try and find some, like, songs or whatever." And then she was like and then, like, what she came back with was, like, a fully, like, long, fully ChatGPT generated, like, list of songs, and 2 list of singing techniques, and I was like and then when we got to the lesson, she hadn't even, like, she clearly, like, hadn't read it over even once. So I was like, I don't know about this." Like, I do love my singing teacher, but I was like, "Girl, like, if I wanted ChatGPT to tell me about this, I would've just asked ChatGPT." Um, "You started a responsible kid, didn't last long." Yeah, we have not forgot about the spitting incident. Have you been talking about pianos for the last hour? No. I was telling them about my good fortune with my sofa. How they gave me a $5 refund. I was bragging, you know. My life is so easy. My life is great. um, you know, good things happen to good people, clearly. The teacher. Right. It had nothing to do with you. You were completely at not at fault. The story's so funny. I love it. Um, we were talking about pianos, but yeah, my singing teacher had this whole like huge chat GPT list. I was like, don't know if I like that. But then as we were talking more about it, I was like, I was just asking her questions to make her like, or not to make her, but like to, you know, get like her opinion, like because she is obviously knowledgeable, right? And she has been helping me a lot. Um, I think she was just like, I don't know. She's like on that AI wave, I guess. But it didn't seem like it was inaccurate. The Chat GPT, it was like listing the song. I'm like, do I trust it? I don't know. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. I was just finding songs on my own at that point. Um, yeah, we're at an inflection point in my singing journey where like it is actually quite cool because like I did record myself singing a lot, and like I've done like singing streams in the past, and it is like a noticeable difference now than it was before. Don't like the amount of people who are constantly telling me to ask ChatGPT instead. Yeah, a lot of people rely very heavily on ChatGPT. And I'm like, I don't know if you should like fully trust it, but I don't know. As long as they're like checking the answers afterwards, I guess it's fine. Got some banger French pop songs because I hate French. Oh my god. One of the songs that's on my short list actually is in French. Cause a lot of classical songs are in French, but French is my least favorite one, which is I'm really annoyed by because like the pronunciation is so hard. Um, but like I have done French songs before. Like I did the Flower Duet, which is in French, and um one of the songs on my short list is from Romeo and Juliet, and it's in French. So luckily, the nice thing about classical music is you don't need to be like super, super like usually they're not too wordy. Like after a while, it just becomes like you just sing like oh, and then like it just like goes all over the place or whatever. And that's fine. But French is so hard. You entered Fontaine, and it reminded me of Arcane. It has that steampunk vibe, yeah, for sure. The very Piltover-esque. The only thing I ever asked Claude is about coding stuff. Yeah, yeah. I think at my company too, they're like kind of wanting people to do that. So I guess I'll do it. I honestly never even use like ChatGPT. Um, I just like I don't know. I'm not like intensely against or anything like that. I just like don't really bother. I don't know. I just never really needed it for anything. Um, I never really like used AI personally. So, but I guess I'll try looking at it, whatever. Um, Yeah, just sing all like a lot of classical songs are like that though. Like you just sing like a bunch of melody, but it's just like there's no words, right? You're just showing off. Red is based on French imperialism or something, so I guess Arcane went for that too. I don't know if it's a league thing or a studio thing. Um, Arcane. I think yeah, it's a league thing. It's a league thing. League has a very established like world building. Like it's like oh like there's different regions in League, similar to Genshin, and they're all based on different regions. But Arcane is more of like a yeah steampunk. I think steampunk is generally kind of like French kind of influence, vaguely European, I guess. Um, but yeah, it's a yeah, so I think Fontaine is based on like France and England and I think mainly those places. And I thought Nodcry wasn't based on anything, but apparently it's based on the Baltics and Scandinavia. And I was reading, maybe Zirconian can play some Genshin and let us know, but apparently um there's a lot of like Norwegian influences and stuff. I can't remember where it was. Like there's this part of the region where it's like very like Norwegian folklore in like inspired, which I didn't know. I thought I thought Nodkai was just like nothing region. Like I guess it is Genshin. They must have some sort of influence. If you're sick of melodic singing, got a whole playlist on Spotify. Thank you. I don't know if that will improve my singing skills, but I'll think about it. They got a Norway. Yeah, yeah. I can't remember what it was, but I saw some people talking about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's based. The new region is Scandinavia, like old, yeah, like old Scandinavia. Yeah. Well, it's like fantasy. It's like a fantasy game, right? It's not like modern. It's not like modern. Um, although they do have their technologies and stuff like that. I think you read something like that too. Yeah, and I think a lot of the names were based. There's some like names that are based on like Baltic folklore and stuff like that. I think it's like a lot of their names. Usually the names is like a giveaway where the region might be from. I can't remember. Or I didn't see exactly what they're referring to. Maybe yeah, maybe some of the names. Let me see. Genshin, Genshin, Nod Cry, Norway. one's talking about it apparently. Columbina, the Archon of Oslo. No way. Aren't Genshin names crazy and nonsense? Yeah, they're not like actual. Like they wouldn't be like actual Norwegian names, but they might have some sort of meaning. Not Russia. It says Russia is Snezhnaya. I keep spawning a bunch of Finnish words used in this region. Okay, apparently that's Finnish. Nodkai appears to be based on Balto-Scandinavian states, but mostly Baltic plus Finland. Okay, sorry, they're heavily heavily going to Finland. I don't see a lot of examples. I only see Finland examples. But apparently some people were like very. I think that was the comment I saw. It was like, oh, like, I'm from Finland, and it was cool seeing all these like Finland things. Not Norway, and I think it is Norway. Look, it does include Western Nordic countries like Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. But to distinguish itself, oh, Mondstadt is also Norway. Okay. Nordkar seems to be more heavily influenced by Finland and the Baltic countries, which makes sense because they're closer to Russia. I see. Well, this person is being like really in depth. So apparently Norway gets to be in both, in Mondstadt and Nordkar. And then someone's really upset. Someone says, "Let it be known as a Finnish person, Finland is not a part of Scandinavia." They're mad about that. Sorry. Oh no, there's multiple people. Everyone's saying Finland is not part of Scandinavia. Sorry. Was it Mondstadt Germany? Yeah, but it's never just one country, is it? Actually, some people were complaining about this because they like have like very broad regions, like, right? It's like, oh, like Sumeru is like Middle East, and India, and then like Natlan is like Polynesia, Africa, and also like I can't remember what else it is, like Mexico and stuff like that. But then when you get to the Asian countries, like Liyue is like just China, and then like Inazuma is just Japan. And they're not like, oh, like broadly East Asian. It's like, nope, it's just Japan. Maybe it's just like because it's a Chinese game. Maybe there's just like more like putting more dividers there. But like, I don't know. That is a bit weird when you think about it. Finland is Nordic, not Scandinavian. Yeah, people were very quick to point that out. We're all just Germanic. I guess so. But like the next region is gonna be like Russia. Like it's very much Russia, and it has been from the start. But who knows? Maybe have they run out of regions? I don't think so. I think they can. There's still a lot more they can go with it. They are like, aside from the colorism scandal that they've been ongoing with, they are actually really really good about like cultural influences and like, it's really cool how they integrate all this stuff like the music and the clothing, the names and stuff like that. It's all very well done in that regard. It's just the colorism thing that they cannot get right. Funny how Inazuma is a bunch of islands apart from everything else, just like Japan. True. But yeah, it is kind of funny how like Inazuma is like just Japan. While everyone else gets like mushed together. I guess that's fair enough. Whatever. They did do a good job, as far as I've heard. And the Finnish people seem very happy about Nordcry, so good for them. I too love Nordcry. Yeah, it'll be. I've been watching a lot of Genshin lore videos. Oh my god, I cannot keep track of everything. Like these like fantasy world building stuff. It's like so it's so convoluted. It's like, oh, like these god creatures are here, and then they had this war, and then they had this war, and then they had this war, and then they had and then these factions are against each other, and then this, like, world-ending catastrophe happened, and I'm like, oh my god, there's like 1 million gods. Like I'm like, who can keep track of all these god beings? There's some yeah, like I said, lots of wars. Um, and then it gets like yeah, it's fantasy, man. They're just like that. They love they love world building. Um, you've been so curious about Mar Javari. Mar what is that? Um, you've heard there's a new Blackpink song? There is. They have a whole new EP with 5 songs, which for Blackpink, that's a lot of songs. Uh, or I guess Jump is on there as well. Is a Spanish translation too? Is this a Genshin name? Maybe. I think they do. They probably change the names because I know in Japanese, like, the names are different. Because I was trying to, because sometimes I'm like trying to like I'll watch like a video about like um the like Japanese player playing Genshin. I'm like trying to read the name. I'm like what? Or Master Miju has failed us. Miju who doesn't do side quests. Me who doesn't do a single side quest. Oh, the Genshin fans are always like bullying me because like one, I like don't collect all the things. Like there's like these like things that you can collect to like level up the statue or whatever. I don't do it. Like I'm like there's too many things to collect. There's like multiple collecting objects that I like do. I just don't do it. Um, and then there's so many side quests, and I'm like I don't do any of them. And then so my map is full of the like little quest icons like everywhere. So every time I open the map, I'm like the city. Everyone's like, "Why do you have so many side quests?" I don't do any of them. Like what? I don't want to do them. It says Mar Javari in English too. Like the place where everyone became dust in a desert full of monsters. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. That wasn't in the lore video I watched. I don't know if that's how it's described or how I always imagined it. It sounds like vaguely familiar, but I don't know what it is. Sorry. My lore skills did not extend that. What are we talking about? I was just talking about Genshin lore. A lot of Genshin lore. Um, I watched so many lore videos. Feels a course question. Maybe this is like a older subject that hasn't come up since then. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Okay. Genshin, Genshin, Marjavari. It's an area in the westernmost part of Natlan. It's a wasteland once located west of Natlan. Okay. See? Location Easy Breeze Holiday Resort. Oh, wait. I see. So there was a world quest about it, which I definitely did not do. And now the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort is on top of it, which must be where Bennett's spoilers must be oh, no spoilers, no spoilers. It must be where Bennett had his thing. He had a whole arc during that event. And he had some history with his parents at that location, so it must be in this place. I get it. We've seen it. Um Oh, Barbados removed it from the timeline to prevent abyssal corruption from spreading. That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Venti does a lot of things, man. My son, like he's done a lot. Like in his he just pretends he's like has nothing going on, but like bro was like shaping the whole region. Like he terraformed the whole region. He did a lot. Um Are you guys talking about events? No, Ricky was just I was just saying like I know so much Genshin lore, and then Ricky was like, "Oh, I like this thing," and I was like, "What the hell is that?" He's the only one who cares. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Well, maybe at the point that you're at. Did you finish Sumeru? I feel like Nahida cares. I feel like Archons that care. Actually, all of them except probably Raiden. Raiden, I think she doesn't care. I think Zhongli cares a bit, but like he's sus. Zhongli's sus. There, a lot of them are sus actually, but Zhongli the most sus recently. I think I think he's had a dark past. I think he's had a very dark past. Um, and I think Venti knows so much more he's letting on. Like the connections to the shade of time. Like I don't know what's going on with that guy. He has the same VA as the shade of time. He just pretty concerned about Tavad in general. Yeah, she's nice. Yeah, and so is like Farina Nivolette. Malvika cares. Alambina cares. Like but Saritza probably cares, but like in a weird way. Um, I haven't been playing Genshin that much, but at least you're done with the current quest. You finished? Nice. It was long, wasn't it? It was very. The Genshin quests get longer and longer. I wonder like how long it is start to finish now. It's probably like 100, 200 hours, like start to finish. Good thing I've been doing it as it comes up because like if I don't think I could get into Genshin like now. Like if you're like, okay, to catch up, you need to play 100 hours of the story. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's a little too long. That's too much. But now I'm in too deep. It's like a sunk cost now. It's like I've played so much and I've played for so long that I'm like, I gotta see it through. Barring any like horrible outcome where like if they become like really, really greedy, like more greedy than normal one day, and then they like really alienate their fan base or something like that. Or if they're like, we're never gonna release a male character again, only waifus, then I'd be like, a bit weird. I don't like that. Or if they go like really off the deep end, in terms of like fan service, then it's like okay, then it's too far. I have a line, and Genshin's getting close to the line. Danes of Clef will be a lot longer than the quest we did. I don't think that's necessarily true. Like I told you when you said that earlier this week, we've had a lot of short Danes of quests. Like for example, bedtime stories. Um, the one after Fontaine was also quite short. And yeah, I guess the one that the time travel one with the uh after Natlan, that one was fairly short as well. They haven't been that long. But I don't know where you're getting that from. You're already millennials. Varka, nice. And his weapon will probably get to level 90 today. He's doing some real numbers. Let's go. Let's go. Congrats. Um, yeah, it's also like I was watching Varka's trailer and the music sounds exactly like Polyphia. I was posting in the Discord. I was like, "What is this Polyphia?" Like, it sounds exactly like Polyphia. I was like, "That is crazy." And then there's a bunch of comments about it. They're being like, "Is this Polyphia?" Like, no, it's just like really, really heavily inspired by Polyphia, to the point where it just sounds like oh, like we have playing God at home, but it's like it sounds the same. It's crazy. I'm like, can they do that? Um, like it sounds great, but like, that's so. Um, so I'm not sure. Like I guess they can do that. Like why not? And apparently they make all the Genshin music in house. Which is kind of crazy. That guy, like the main composer, just like making like every style of music under the sun. Actually, okay, I guess aside from noise noise music. But yeah, he makes like so many different like he probably uses like so many different instruments because like each region has its own culture influence, which probably has like its own set of instruments to use. They're always using like traditional instruments and stuff like that. I'm like, guys, that guy's like very talented. He probably has like a lot of other people like contributing as well, but um they do have like a main composer. He went from like traditional Japanese music to Polyphia. Crazy. Uh his animation looks like they got it from a Marvel Comics issue. Yeah, he has a really cool animation. And welcome in Jose. Hope you're doing well today. You got really lucky too. You didn't lose 50-50 and got both within 110 wishes. That is very lucky. Heard noise music. I just knew if I said this guy does every style of music, you'd be like, no way, no way, he's not doing every style of music. But he's crossing a lot of um. He does a lot of different types of music for sure. Yeah, it's I mean, Genshin music has always been good. I feel like that's one aspect of Genshin where you really can't fault it. Like their music has always been very high quality, and the game itself has been always very high quality. Like it's very rare that there's um like a bad bug, like a noticeable bug that makes it into the game. It's like they're actually really really good at that. They do, which is crazy considering their patch cycle. Like like they're like I feel for those developers. Like they're on like this like they're on like this like never ending grind. um yeah, it's I guess that's what it's like working on a live service game. It just like never ends. Right? It's not even like, oh, we released the game, we can relax. It's like, nope, we released a patch. It's ready 6 months in advance, and we're on to the next one. Like that's crazy. Yeah, but apparently they make their development cycle is about 6 months ahead of the actual game. So a lot of things that like if people have a lot of negative feedback about a certain patch, yeah, they might not implement any changes for 6 months, which is I guess I think makes sense. I think a lot of people are like, oh, like people didn't like this. Why didn't they change it right away? But it's um, I think they're quite far behind. You might think, um, which I guess makes sense. It must be a whole. It must be very hard to to keep up with that. I don't know. I guess they're probably like a huge company now and very very rich. Surely gotcha companies are like the richest. They have the most resources. They can kind of do whatever they want. Um, as long as they like keep their fans happy and all that, and they don't get too greedy. You can't get too greedy. You can't pull an Infinity Nikki and lose all your goodwill in like one patch, right? Can happen. Um, what do you do for cryo teams? It's called Escoffier these days. Cryo is not very strong these days, and that's why they released Escoffier. Um, and Escoffier team, it's very strong. My boy Kaya, he's out here clearing abysses. He can clear Stygian sometimes. Kaya main since day one. Of course, of course. I've been loyal. I still use my Kaya like all the time. Like I am sweaty about Genshin, but I I still like using my favorite characters. Do you recommend me go for Scoffy instead of Skirk? If you're not gonna go for both, I would say like same with Nefer and Lama. If you're only gonna get one, get a Scoffy. She's really really helpful. She does a lot of damage on her own. She's like a really good addition just in general. Um, if you have any hydro or cryo carry, then yeah, she will just carry them. Um, yeah, it, yeah, I think it depends on the game. For me, when I first started playing TFT, I would just play the champions I really like. I'd be like, ah, I gotta play Caitlyn every time. But um, nowadays, I'm a bit of a meta slave. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not good enough at the game to play like a really strong comp that's like hard to play. So I'm like, I'm a meta slave, but I pick the ones that are like, and you kind of have to be in a game, in a competitive game that like doesn't have a lot of skill expression. Like you kind of have to, like, even if you're like the best player in the world, if you play like a really weak comp, it's not gonna do much. Um, so like, yeah, I have to be a bit of it, but I like to pick my favorites. I do, but then there's some champions in League of Legends I really hate. And one of the comps I play has that champ, and I'm like, that's don't like that. Oh my god, I'd rather be dead than play Draven, but I guess it's fine. Um, you already have a Hydra team with them, which is quite good. Escoffier won't be like the best addition for that because Varka is Animo. Um, but she still provides a lot. She'll do a lot of damage. Um, I had happy with the good razor until I entered again for Farca. I met Stygian. Yeah, yeah, Stygian's a whole other beast. It requires it requires the best of the best for sure. Um, but you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it until you build up like a good roster. It's actually I didn't even complete Stygian last time. Cause usually I like try hard it and I like try for hours and hours and hours until I can beat it. But I had like on this Stygian cycle I had my move, so I wasn't able really to grind it. So I ended up not beating it. And I kind of forgot about it. And I was busy grinding TF. I've been guys. I've been playing so much TFT. I don't even know. I don't know how many games of TFT I've like on a. Some days I don't play at all, but some days I play like 6 games, which is like 3 hours. Like that's a lot. I'm really in deep in TFT. Like I said, I've been considering like paying for a coach. Like that's crazy. Um, what if I just got regular coaching and it just got really good? I gotta go through this training arc. Don't know. But yeah, it's I'm really sweaty about TFT now. Got a problem? Yeah. Is it like really cringe to pay for a coach? Because like I guess a lot of people play competitive games, but I haven't heard a lot of people getting coached. I guess for a more complex game, then I have heard of people getting coaching. Like a lot of people get like league coaching, right? Because like league is very there's a lot going on. But I can't say I've heard of someone getting like Counter Strike coaching or Valorant coaching. I feel like I've never heard of that. But maybe I'm sure it exists, but I don't know how popular it is. But surely there's coaching for like is there like Pokemon coaching, like VGC coaching? Maybe? No, cuz like Wolfie has like a class. Like if you join his Patreon, you get like a class. Hmm. You never felt the need to hire a coach for my hobbies? I mean, I have a coach for my hobbies. Like I have a singing coach. I guess that's different, right? Cuz it's like a very like technical skill. And like a piano teacher is obviously like a very yeah, it's not a video game. Yeah, you put it eloquently. It's not a video game. Yeah, I feel like while there is similarities between like say hiring a singing teacher versus hiring like a TFT coach, like I guess one just feels more wrong. Like even though it kind of is the same thing, right? Like you're hiring someone who has expertise um and will like tell you how to improve. And like TFT is quite layered. Like there's a lot of stuff to like take into account, but I don't know. Something about it. I've thought about it. Rocket League coaching has to be a thing. I guess so, yeah. I feel like for some games it's probably less common, like a less complex game. Like Rocket League is a less complex game. So like I think there'd probably be less. It's more like mechanically focused. So like it's like, oh, you just gotta like practice, right? Like what is the Rocket League coach gonna tell you? Let me rephrase. I never felt the need to hire a coach for anything I'm doing on my iPad. Honestly, sometimes I wish Genshin coaching was a thing. Cause like once in a while, I get a chatter who's like really, really knowledgeable about like the really intricacies of the game. Cause like the really, really intricacies of Genshin are not like well advertised or well like there's not really like that many people who do like guides on this stuff. And like sometimes you can really just mess up your rotation and not know. But like I don't think I'd ever pay for Genshin coaching. I think that feels a bit weird. But I'm most grateful if someone's in the chat who's like really, really knowledgeable. Um, but for I think for me, like if I'm playing TFT, I the joy of TFT and the fun of TFT is like improving. And then I feel like the reason I was thinking about coaching was like, oh, like um I felt like I hit a wall and I didn't know how to improve next. And like as even if I watch like guide videos on YouTube, like I had very specific questions. I had very specific things that I felt like I needed help with. And I felt like I didn't know how to improve from there. Um so like I guess if you had a coach who would help you with those things, you could like push past that wall and like continue to improve at TFT. And it's also very complex, so there's a lot of things I'm like confused at and probably I'm doing wrong. Um, but yeah, it's I guess it depends how much you want to invest. I mean, okay, but at the same time, people buy like the battle pass on TFT, and like coaching would be like the same price, and I'm like, I guess it's like the same amount of investment, right? Like it's like, oh, when you buy the battle pass and you get like a little like guy like in the game or whatever, and then when you're buying you're buying like coaching. I don't know. I'd be curious. I'd be curious of like what it would do, you know? I don't think I've ever I've never bought a video game coach. Could be that I'm just very cheap. Yeah, because you wouldn't buy the battle pass either. But yeah, because when you think about it, like yeah, people do buy the battle pass, and that's like the same price. Rocket League had me practicing for hours for half a move, which I never got the opportunity to use in a real match. Normal people play like cars trying to make a goal. These people play like a fighter aircraft trying to make you personally suffer. True, true. But, like I feel like with Rocket League, it's more like you could find a video online and be like, "Oh, this is how you use the move," and then you practice the move until you can do it mechanically. Um, while TFT is more like strategy based, right? So like it's like, oh, like you are doing something wrong here. It's not like a mechanical skill. It's like, oh, like you are misunderstanding, you are not saving your gold enough, or you are you should have bought this thing, you should have bought this champion, you should have built a different item, stuff like that. Um, I know in other games, some people would watch streams and ask questions or YouTube tutor try and learn some intricate knowledge. Yeah, I haven't watched that many TFT streams. I heard that's a really great way to learn as well. But I guess you have to find the right streamer who's like actually like explaining stuff. I do watch videos where people play through and like explain it properly, but sometimes people are just like just chilling there, just like talking about other stuff, which is valid. Um, but and then also, I told you guys, right? Like I tried watching some TFT streams, and their APM is crazy. I'm like, why are they clicking around so much? They're like flicking between the different. They're like scouting, like checking everyone, but like for like 0.1 seconds, and then they're like, and then like the timer reaches like 1 second left, they sell their whole board and like put everything on, and then they like I'm like, bro, like what happened? Like that was like in 1 second. So like sometimes their APM is crazy. And then like a lot of the streamers, like they'll be just be like waiting around for the timer to go down, and they'll be like you put your characters on the bench, right? And they'll be like swapping them back and forth and back and forth. I'm like, what are they doing? Like why are they doing that? Like I'm like, you don't need to be clicking every 0.1 seconds. Like I was like, that's crazy. It's hard to watch. But maybe that's why they're good. I don't know. Maybe I get like a chess coach or something, but for a riot game or gotcha game. Okay, not for a gotcha game, but I think TFT is more in line with chess than like Fortnite. You know what I mean? Like TFT is inherently a strategy game and it's actually very complex, right? Maybe it's not as like well developed as chess, obviously, who's been around for a very long time, but I think there is some similarity there, right? Like it's closer to chess than like, you know, um, than something like Fortnite. So like I could see the appeal there. But there's a lot of like informational content about it. Um, and even in Genshin, like when you get really in the weeds about it, I mean, like not hiring a not to the point of like hiring a coach, but um, there's a certain level of gameplay where it's like it requires some like very very in-depth knowledge that like you can't really find in the game. Like, a lot of people have, like there's a lot of, like, intricacies in the game that, like, you can't really find in there. So sometimes I need to just, like, find someone who's, like, obviously, like, this is not something you need to pay for, but, like, you need to just find someone who is that knowledgeable and be able to ask a question. But that's, like, not most players. Like, it's probably only, like, in the hundreds or thousands of players who will be able to answer those questions. Or like people who like go into the code of the game and stuff. Because like a lot of stuff they don't really like say. Um, but I feel like if I was getting a TFT coach, it would be like in line of like a chess coach. Like, okay, I'm playing this game to improve, and I want to learn more about this, and I want to improve about it. And it's more like a VOD review situation. 'Cause I feel like with mechanical skill, it's like that just requires practice, and that just requires playing the game or whatever. Um, but if they could coach you on like the strategy aspect of it, then I guess that makes sense. But for now, like I said, I was like recording some games in case I do want to get coaching. But every time I recorded the game, I played really well, or I just got like really lucky or whatever. So like I'm like losing. I keep getting like sixth place, and I'm like, ah, I should maybe I do need coaching. Um, I was like, maybe I do need coaching, and then I record my game and I get first place, and then I record another game, I get first place. I'm like, damn, maybe I should just record every time. This is the kind of conversation Faker had with this chat before becoming. I don't think Twitch existed before he became Faker. Be prepared. Okay, okay. I don't think I could play like Faker. I showed you guys his APM. You can win and play well and still make lots of mistakes you don't see or think about. I mean, yeah, yeah. I just don't know what the coach is looking for. Because like obviously I know I've made mistakes in the first place games and the second place games. Like and there's probably mistakes that I'm not aware of, like you said. But I don't know what they want. Because with TFT as well, there's a lot of luck aspect to it where it's like some games you're high rolling and some games you're low rolling, right? Like some games you just happen to hit everything that you need to hit. And some games you're low rolling. Um and I think like it's obviously harder to play from a low roll start or position, I guess. Won't get you more knowledge, but doing VOD review even without a coach could help with. Yeah, yeah, people do say that. It just feels funny as well, but I guess it's the same as doing a VOD review with a coach, you know? It's just more structured it might be more efficient with the coach, but it's obviously more expensive. Um, yeah. I guess I could look back at those as well if I wanted to be real slutty about it. But uh I'm also very new to the game. That's another thing. I'm also very new to the game, so I probably don't know what I don't know. Because this is my first season playing. Um, yeah, I'll think about it. But it does feel a bit cringe, doesn't it? You're like, oh, I got a video game coach. I'm just getting a coach to improve at my video game. Um, and Wakamin Kenshin, have you watched tutorials and stuff on YouTube? That's all I watch, man. I watch so many TFT tutorials. Yeah, I watch a lot of guides. There's a lot of great guide content out there for sure. Um, I've watched a lot of it, which is what I attribute to um climbing climbing in rank. By just like watching a lot of tutorials and stuff like that. Um, but obviously, like if you even if you know the stuff in the tutorials are not specific to whatever situation you're in the game. Question is, do you know? I love guide content. I watch guide content and like everything. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just like a try hard at heart, but like I no matter what game I'm playing, I will watch guides. Sometimes I just like watching guides even if I'm really familiar with the game. It's just like relaxing, I don't know. I'll watch like a Genshin guide on a character I'm not gonna pull. Like I'm just like, oh I just like the content. It does, but it's probably a partially unfair judgment by our brains. Yeah, yeah. Um I think yeah, obviously like rewatching the VODs even without a coach is helpful. I just feel like I no longer have that drive to sit down and put it on a competitive game. I think I've never really done that. Like I think um I played the only competitive game I played was Wild Rift. And that was pretty short lived. I got pretty into it, but it was quite short lived. But TFT I've been finding quite fun. Like I really enjoy playing TFT. And I think the game is really interesting. Like I think a lot of competitive games are like too mechanical, and it requires a lot of time. Like TFT requires less time than a game that's very mechanically intense, especially for me who is starting at a lower point mechanically. Um, I think TFT is more accessible. I'm just curious if she did research and study before resorting onto a full-on code. Oh no, yeah, of course, of course. Um, yeah, I think if you haven't watched a single guide, then you should probably start there before getting coaching for sure. I think the reason I was considering coaching is because, um, one, I had a lot of questions that I could not find the answer to online. Especially TFT, it changes a lot from patch to patch, from set to set. So there's sometimes questions I have where it's like you can't really find the answer online because like people, even if they had answered it, it might be outdated now. Um, and it's like that kind of information was not readily accessible. Um, and also if I felt like I was hitting a wall. Cause like before I felt like I was hitting a wall. I played like 50 games in Plat 4 and I just felt like I couldn't go up. Um but now I'm kind of ranking up. So I think as long as I'm improving, that I don't feel the need for a coach. But if I felt like I was stuck, then I might consider it. To see, just to like unblock myself and see where I can go. I like competitive games as long as not one on one. I mean, TFT is like 8 people. Monster Hunter has a leaderboard for Contemporary Challenge Quest, and I like getting a good spot in it. If my monster gets added to the game and gets a challenge quest, I'm gonna go top 50 worldwide. Let's go! I believe in you. Yeah, I'm definitely not a leaderboard person. I don't know. Like, obviously, I like ranking up in TFT. Um, but I'm not like, oh, I all I care about is my rank. Like, I play the game because I like the game. Um, but I I play the game also because like I think improving at the game is really interesting. I'm not like oh, if I lose, I'm not having fun. Like I'm still enjoying the game if I lose, but I do have the drive to like I just want to improve at it. Which is how I feel about like singing. You know, like singing for fun is cool and all, but and I do like singing for fun sometimes. But right now I'm singing to improve, and I consider it like a technical skill, and like I want to improve at the techniques of it. And same with piano. Like I've never really personally played piano as like a emotional expression. Um like I'm not like, oh, I'm going to play this song cuz it's like meaningful to me, or like I want to express my emotions in the song. Maybe for singing, yes, but for piano I've never felt that. I've always been like I'm a robot. I will play better and better. Which is probably not the best way to do it. You should not play like a robot. But I like robot piano. Oh, I pulled on my hair. Piano Redeem won't be available for mid-March. I don't think so. I might I have a vacation planned. I'm probably like going away in like April. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't start lessons until I come back because it's a the school that I do my singing lessons from. It's like I need like uh ad- a certain amount of advance warning to take a break from the lessons or like to take a vacation. So I don't really know what they would do with that if I started now. I don't know. And also I kind of want to just like practice my skills and like de-rust a bit first before getting into it. Next birthday then. Sure, sure. Uh I don't know what you're expecting to hear though, Ricky. Like anything I can play, you can play better. um but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm guessing it will take me a few months to get comfortable back with piano, right? I don't know how long it takes to like to revive that muscle memory, but it's probably like a few months. At least. Like 6 months? I don't know. It probably takes a while. Um Yeah, I think I will leave it here for today. I gotta go to Pilates, as you guys know. Gotta go to my mom's house, gotta walk my dog. All good things. Um, yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, as usual. We'll be yapping away as we always do. Join the Discord. Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to do caps. Join the Discord if you haven't already, because I'm yelling at you to join the Discord apparently. You buy Factorio yet? No, I think I'm gonna play Inzoi first. I'm gonna because I wanna like use my PC specs. So I might go for Inzoi. Try that out. Especially I'm on a big interior decorating binge right now. Maybe it will help give me inspiration to decorate my house. Um, but yeah, I will leave it here for today. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, as usual, with some yapping. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. And yeah,